and to our country. So, I urge all of you to exercise your right to vote. I always ensure that I fulfill this duty to our country.
आईपीएल का हल्ला बल्ला और सबसे शानदार कवरेज सिर्फ एनडीटीवी पर।
In our country, we choose our leaders, we decide who is going to be ruling the country, and it is something which is both a fantastic right, privilege, and we should also see it as our constitutional duty. So this election, I am going to be there, and I hope you all will join me in casting your vote too.
Data drives our understanding of any election. What does a dip in voting percentage mean? What are the big factors to watch out for this poll season? Join me, Amitav Tiwari, in a data deep dive only on NDTV, where we decode and simplify the data for you.
The biggest carnival of democracy, India's general election.
Prime Minister Modi makes a formidable bid for a hat-trick.
The opposition is trying to mount a united challenge.
And the southern parties are standing their ground.
As battle lines are drawn,
Join us on an exciting journey on the road to 2024.
Indian elections, a festival like no other.
And NDTV covers elections like no other.
When India votes, you can count on us.
It's the essence of democracy, and we stand firmly behind it. We are thrilled to join NDTV's pledge.
It's the world's biggest festival of the power of a vote and the power of a citizen.
It is a day we must answer our call to duty as citizens of India.
We get this opportunity to determine how our country will be governed.
it is this constitutional duty through which we can make a difference in our nation's future.
And make India always a better place than it was yesterday.
I certainly plan to vote as long as I'm able to vote.
We are joining NDTV's Pledge to Vote initiative.
Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Rishika Barua. The big story we're tracking, of course, is the latest political developments in Haryana. We'll get you a 360-degree view of what's happening. There's a floor test now imminent. But first up, a big check on the headlines. Is the floor test now imminent in Haryana? The political crisis deepens in the state, with the JJP and the Congress now demanding a floor test. Dushyant Chautala writes to the governor, says the BJP doesn't have the numbers. The Haryana Congress has sought time to meet with the governor. The battle for Telangana heats up. Amit Shah attacks the Congress, BRS and AIMM over appeasement. Priyanka Gandhi retorts, says AIMIM is the BJP's B team. Telangana Chief Minister speaks exclusively to NDTV in a mega election interview. Revant Reddy takes on the Amit Shah fake video case, questions why the Home Ministry is intervening in a political case. The TMC moves the poll body against BJP Shubhendu Adhikari after the woman withdraws the rape complaint, says local BJP leaders force me to sign blank papers. The BJP says TMC's conspiracy is to defame the Sandeshkhali women. The Air India Express row escalates with 85 flights cancelled today. Air India to operate on 20 Air India Express routes. Air India Express has sacked 30 employees amid the row. The airline says they are taking appropriate steps against individuals. All right, the big political focus for us this afternoon is the rapidly developing political story in Haryana. Is a floor test in Haryana now imminent is the big question. Remember, the JJP split ranks with the BJP a couple of months ago, and post that, the numbers as far as the BJP is concerned have hinged on the support of independent candidates. Now, 3 independent candidates have withdrawn their outside support from the BJP and said that they will in fact go ahead and support the Congress. Now, the Congress and the JJP are demanding a floor test in Haryana. The BJP's ex-ally, the JJP, and the Congress party are demanding a floor test. The JJP claiming that the BJP does not have the numbers on the floor of the House. Dushyant Chautala has written a letter to the governor saying that the BJP doesn't have the numbers after the 3 independents have withdrawn support. The BJP, however, continues to maintain that there is no crisis in the state. Before we get you all the latest with our reporter Gurpreet from Ground Zero, let's listen in to the political reactions.
2 महीने पहले जो सरकार बनी थी, आज वो अल्पमत में चली गई है क्योंकि उनको सपोर्ट करने वाले 2 एमएलएस, एक भारतीय जनता पार्टी का, एक निर्दलीय ने इस्तीफा दे दी, और 3 एमएलएस इंडिपेंडेंट जो सपोर्ट कर रहे थे उनने अपना सपोर्ट विड्रॉ कर लिया गवर्नमेंट से, गवर्नर को लिख दिया। जननायक जनता पार्टी ने खुल के कहा है कि अगर इस सरकार के खिलाफ अविश्वास प्रस्ताव आता है तो हम बाहर से उसका पूरा समर्थन करेंगे, और इसके लिए महामहिम राज्यपाल को लिखित तौर पर भी हमने भेजा है और ये मांग करी है कि संविधान के अनुसार ये पावर महामहिम के पास है कि वो फ्लोर टेस्ट के लिए आदेश सरकार को दे।
All right, let's now go across to Gurpreet joining us live from Chandigarh. So this is a rapidly developing political story now, Gurpreet, with the Congress and the JJP both demanding a floor test, saying that the Haryana government currently doesn't have the numbers. Now, you and I, in fact, did the numbers yesterday, and what we have understood is that the BJP is falling short by 2, but they continue to maintain that their government is safe. What's really going on?
Yes, this is the biggest question in Haryana politics as of now. We have seen one side, the BJP has been claiming they have our numbers. But if we can go through the calculations, it is very clear the BJP is short of for at least 2 MLAs. At the same time, this is the new development which has been taken place. The Congress Netas, they have already sought a time from Haryana governor because they want that all the opposition leaders should be united and they will be in a position to form a government in Haryana. So now we have seen a few minutes back the Congress leaders, they say the president rule should be immediately invoked in the Haryana state, and there should be re-election or there should be floor test for this thing, because the floor test is only option with the government as well as the Haryana governor to conduct this floor test, so that if the BJP is not able to prove its majority, then obviously the opposition leaders, they will be get opportunity. But the JJP Neta and specifically the former Deputy Chief Minister, he has already made it very clear that he is going to support, his party is going to support the Congress. And if we can go through the letter also, the even if we can understand from that calculation and from the mathematics, it is very clear the BJP has 40 MLAs and 3 independent MLAs support. That means they have a 43 number and magic number is 45. At the same time, if we can go through the same letter, it seems that if all the opposition leaders, they are getting together and united, they will be able to reach to the magic number 45. So let's see that how the Congress is going to unfold its strategy, how they are going to meet the governor, and after that what type of political strategy is they are going to adopt. At the same time, other netas, because yesterday we have seen very strong statement from the former Haryana Chief Minister ML Khattar. He says some of the MLA, they are already in touch with the BJP. So let's see that how this politics is going to be played in Haryana. Back to studio.
Right. I want to also ask you, Gurpreet, at this point that, you know, what does this mean politically? If you could break it down for the benefit of our viewers, the larger political story here. The JJP split with the BJP just before the Lok Sabha elections. That means that the BJP, like we've put out those numbers, is short of the majority mark according to the current tabulation. This is, of course, not taking into consideration any political developments that may happen in the next 24 to 48 hours. But given the fact that Haryana is due for elections in a few months, by the end of this year, what does this mean as far as the larger political picture is concerned?
Well, what we have seen even yesterday, we talked to Haryana Chief Minister, but his body language and the statement which he has given to NDTV, he says that government is stable. So if we can see the legal, through the legal prism also, it is very clear the BJP is confident because they have the two aspects in their mind. One, that the floor test has just been conducted a few months back, and it could not be conducted as per the Vidhan Sabha Speaker, as per the ruling, at least 6 months. And if the 6 months will be passing, then obviously there will be an election in Haryana, and then there is no provision and there is no possibility to hold any floor test. But now for that we have seen the Congress Neta, the former Chief Minister of Haryana, Bhupinder Singh Hooda, he has already made it very clear they will also knock the door of Punjab and Haryana High Court. As of now, we can understand the confidence of BJP is already been there, and the main thing, like JJP netas, if they claim that all 10 are going to vote for the Congress, that is also another question, and that is also lacuna within the party also. That's why the BJP seems to be confident. But let's see that what type of political strategy are they going to opt for floor test, whether they are going to meet the governor, and if the governor is not ready to conduct the floor test, and or they will decide to go and approach the Punjab and Haryana High Court, that will be clear once the political strategy will be explored by the Congress and JJP. Back to studio.
But the Congress and the JJP have already demanded a floor test. Dushyant Chautala, in that bite we just played out, has very clearly said that the BJP doesn't have the numbers. He's written to the governor demanding a floor test. The Congress has done the same. So while the ball, of course, now is in the governor's court and it remains to be seen what happens, it's going to be really interesting to see what really is the strategy as far as the BJP is concerned and what the governor does. Whether they decide to dissolve the house and do early polls, is that even a possibility given the fact that we are already in the middle of the Lok Sabha election?
Well, that is the two main issues which the opposition parties are raising at this point of time. We have seen the former Chief Minister Bhupinder Hooda, he has already said there is a need to impose a president rule in Haryana state and immediately the poll should be conducted. At the same time, he says if there is no possibility of president rule, immediately the floor test should be conducted. So now that way, very politically, they have started moving towards the floor test, and that is the first step they have already taken. Yesterday, the former Chief Minister Bhupinder Singh Hooda says if the JJP is going to give in writing to Haryana governor, they are ready to claim for the government. And today we have seen, according to the political strategy of JJP, they have written a letter to Haryana governor, and immediately after that we have seen the Congress leaders, and Congress has already sought an appointment from Haryana governor. That means they are already applying mind and they are running through the political strategy. And if the governor is not going to react on this letter which has been written by the former Deputy Chief Minister Dushyant Chautala, and if the governor is not going to an appointment, then obviously they have another door they are going to knock, that is High Court. So let's see what is the political strategy, which strategy they are going to opt, whether they are depending on the governor's appointment or they are going to approach the Punjab and Haryana High Court. That will be clear once they will be able to form the overall political strategy here. Back to studio.
All right, thanks very much for joining us. It remains to be seen what really happens, but let's try and get in some political reactions as well. At the moment, we have Ajay Gulad, spokesperson of the JJP, joining us. Thanks very much for being with us. Dushyant Chautala has written a letter to the governor demanding for a floor test in the Haryana Assembly, saying that the BJP doesn't have the numbers. What's your strategy going forward? Has he heard back from the governor? We know that the Congress has also sought time.
The thing is, like, Congress is demanding that we should take an initiative regarding the flow test. And Dushyant Chautala ji clearly stated that we are ready for it. We have written a letter to the governor and demand for the floor test. So rest is up to the Congress party, what they think about and what their next course of action in Haryana. Okay. We are ready. We are ready.
Right. I want to also ask you, Mr. Gulia, you know, we're no stranger to Airam Gairam politics in our country, but you were just in an alliance with the BJP. You are now willing to support the Congress if they do decide to move for a floor test or whatever the political strategy going forward is going to be. So you are willing to join forces with the Congress, be it officially or support them from the outside, and topple the BJP government. That's what Dushyant Chautala has said yesterday.
Let me make it very crystal. Let me make it very clear that we are not against anyone. We are against BJP just because they ditched us on 50-100 pension promise that we made from Haryana people in our manifesto. The only reason behind we parted our ways with BJP is that we are ready and we are willing to fulfill our 50-100 pension promises which we made in Haryana in our manifesto, and BJP ditched us in this 50-100 pension issue. So that's why anybody who is willing to fulfill the promise of 50-100 pension to the people of Haryana, we will support that government, we will support that party who is willing to serve Haryana and fulfill our promise of 50-100 pension to the people of Haryana, which we made during our election campaign. The only reason is that we are not tying pre-poll alliance with Congress, or we never had a pre-poll alliance with BJP. But the thing is, the only differences between is they ditched us on our 1500 pension program.
Okay, no, we know that, you know, there were a lot of differences on the basis of which the JJP and the BJP alliance split. And then there was a lot of churning within the BJP as well, with them in, you know, bringing in Nab Singh Saini as the new chief minister, ML Khattar being removed from the post of chief minister. He's now contesting the Lok Sabha elections. So there's been a lot of churning as far as Haryana is concerned in the last couple of months. Can Nab Singh Saini really hold on to his government in Haryana is the big question. I'm afraid we couldn't get in a voice from the BJP or the Congress at the moment, but we'll of course try and get in those political reactions as well. Thanks very much, Mr. Gulia, for joining us with the very latest. That on your screens is the way the numbers stack up as far as the Haryana story is concerned. The majority mark is 45. The BJP, according to the current tabulation after 3 independents have withdrawn support, is too short of the halfway mark. Will the opposition be able to put their house in order and challenge the BJP to a floor test? Well, that's the question that remains to be answered. The BJP so far says their government is safe, they're in touch with MLAs and their house is in order. Both the Congress and the JJP have demanded a floor test. Is that now imminent, or will it be pushed perhaps to after the elections? All of those are big questions that still need to be answered. We'll track that story very closely here on NDTV. All right, let's now shift our focus to the other big story that we are in fact tracking at this moment. The Maldives foreign minister is in fact in India. The Maldives foreign minister Musa Zamir has met with Foreign Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar. This, of course, remember, after the very turbulent relationship between India and the Maldives in the last couple of months. This is a very, very interesting meeting that's taking place. So let's go right across to NDTV's Ghazali, who's tracking the details of the story for us. Ghazali, the aim is to deepen the long-standing partnership with India. That's the note that the Maldives has struck in this meeting. But break it down for our viewers. The timing of this meeting is extremely interesting, given the fact that the Maldives has voted a pro-China government in power in the Maldives, and there have been strained ties with India.
See, the meeting itself hints that perhaps Maldives is interested to mend its ties with India after all that India Out campaign their president carried out during the presidential elections last year and even during the parliamentary elections which were held earlier this year. Now, after that, this meeting, Jaishankar has outlined from at the outset of the meeting that there are two principles of this meeting. One is mutual interest and the other is the reciprocal sensitivity. And in his statement issued by the MEA, Mr. Jaishankar has clearly outlined the kind of support India has given to Maldives, be it the infrastructure development, be it helping in medical facilities given to Maldives, and also Maldives is grappling with immense debt. Their debt to their neighbors, be it China or India, is growing every year, and Maldives certainly needs India. So this meeting is very important because the India Out campaign focused on that how Mr. Moizu called the Indian troops to leave that island country, for which both the countries had agreed upon before this bilateral talks started today. So we'll have to see that what more comes out of this meeting, but certainly this meeting hints that Maldivian authorities are now in favor to mend their ties with India, because initially their pro-China stance was clearly criticized by India as well. But Mr. Jaishankar has told today that India is willing to take care of its neighbors, be it Maldives or other neighboring nations.
Well, it's going to be very interesting to see what really happens. This is the first bilateral visit of Musa Zamir to India, and what's at stake? Well, Maldives has seen a 42% decline in tourism according to the official figures. So it's going to be very interesting to see what really happens as far as this meeting is concerned. Thanks very much, Ghazali, for joining us with the very latest. With that, we're going to slip into a very short break. We'll bring you more news on the other side. Stay with us.
Co-presented by Intelligence Meets Art.
First gadget that we have for this week's episode is this. The all-new Xiaomi 14 Ultra. I mean, ये जो phone है, this is a flagship device from Xiaomi. Packs a lot. मतलब, if you talk about the in-hand feel, the device is really premium. The camera is made in collaboration with Leica. I mean, जो lenses हैं वो Leica ने बना के दिए, and the entire hardware is really fantastic. The phone feels like a flagship phone. काफी interesting features हैं, things like the latest Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor. We have a nice Quad HD Plus display, 5000 mAh battery, and I mean everything packed in this nice looking package. Let's have a closer look कि आखिर क्या features हैं all together इस Xiaomi 14 Ultra में, and then I'm gonna tell you what do I think. मतलब इस फोन के बारे में मेरे क्या थॉट्स हैं, so that you can make an informed decision of buying or not buying this phone.
Forget ordinary. The Xiaomi 14 Ultra has arrived to redefine smartphone power. Its massive 6.73-inch display doesn't just boast eye-popping resolution, ये blaze through करता है with a 120 Hz refresh rate, making every swipe and scroll buttery smooth. And for those clumsy moments, rest assured the display's toughened protection can handle the occasional bump or drop. Under the hood, the Ultra pack करता है 16 GB of RAM, जो कई लैपटॉप्स के मुकाबले ज़्यादा है. और जब इसको बूस्ट की ज़रूरत हो, इसका 90 watt fast charging and wireless charging have your back, ready to get you back in the game in record time. Cameras की बात करें तो prepared to be amazed. The Xiaomi 14 Ultra wields a quad camera setup that's like having a professional photography studio in your pocket. 450 megapixel cameras, each with unique strengths, deliver stunning shots in any lighting condition, from vibrant landscapes to dramatic portraits. और selfie lovers के लिए, the 32 megapixel front camera ensures you look your best every time. Durable, you may ask. You bet. With an IP68 dust and water resistance rating, this phone's ready for your next adventure.
So friends, there you have it. आपने देख लिया है all together. Now you have the entire information about this Xiaomi's latest 14.
Welcome back. On to the other big political development we're tracking from Telangana. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has hit out at Asauddin Owaisi's AIMIM, the BRS and the Congress. He's made a combined charge against these three opposition parties over appeasement politics in Telangana. He has raised the vote for jihad versus vote for welfare charge against the Congress party. Meanwhile, in Rai Bareli, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra targeted the Hyderabad MP, Asauddin Owaisi, the chief of the AIMIM, accusing him of being the B team of the BJP. So there's a bitter political face-off there between the BJP and the Congress over appeasement politics and Asauddin Owaisi as well. We'll have Uma joining us live in just a bit to get us the latest political action. But first, let's just listen in to the political reactions.
भाई और बहनों, कांग्रेस, मजलिस और बीआरएस ये तीनों अपीसमेंट का ट्रायंगल है। ये लोग रामनवमी का जुलूस नहीं निकलने देते हैं। ये लोग हैदराबाद विमोचन दिन नहीं मनाने देते हैं। ये लोग सीएए का विरोध करते हैं। ये लोग यहाँ पर शरिया के आधार पर, कुरान के आधार पर तेलंगाना चलाना चाहते हैं।
मैं बार बार आपको यही कह रही हूँ, असदुद्दीन ओवैसी जी सीधा भाजपा के साथ काम कर रहे हैं। जहाँ जहाँ भाजपा को जरूरत है कि वो किसी को खड़ा कर दे, बाकी पार्टियों को पीछे रखने के लिए वो कर रहे हैं। ये बात बहुत स्पष्ट हो गई है। तेलंगाना के चुनाव में ये बात बहुत स्पष्ट हो गई है।
All right, let's now shift our focus from Telangana all the way to West Bengal, where the TMC has alleged that the BJP leaders were issuing death threats to women who have expressed willingness to withdraw rape cases in Sandeshkhali in the North 24 Parganas district. This, remember, has emerged as a huge poll issue as far as the BJP is concerned. BJP using Sandeshkhali to rake up the issue of women's safety in West Bengal in this election. TMC Minister Shashi Panja has said that we all saw in a viral video how the BJP had planned and orchestrated the entire Sandeshkhali fiasco. Now the women in the region are being threatened by the BJP leaders for expressing their willingness to withdraw the false complaints. Just to put this story in context for the benefit of our viewers, the entire Sandeshkhali row has now become a big deal between the BJP and the Congress because the TMC has actually moved the poll body against BJP Shuvendu Adhikari after the woman has withdrawn the rape complaint against the TMC. The woman has alleged that local BJP leaders forced her to sign blank papers. The BJP has said that the TMC is in fact trying to stage a conspiracy to defame the women of Sandeshkhali, but a huge political row has now erupted after the woman has agreed to withdraw her complaint. The woman says that BJP leaders forced me to file a rape complaint, and the TMC has now decided to move the poll panel over the entire Sandeshkhali row.
So you see, these people have excelled. First of all, you concoct, fabricate, orchestrate lies of sexual atrocities on women. That was used politically. They were given 500,000, 2,000, etc. They didn't know on what paper they were signing till, in retrospective, they have come to know this. And then yesterday in a Bakura meeting, Trinamool Congress women were having a meeting and probably they did some sloganeering like BJP also sometimes does it when Mamata Bandyopadhyay's convoy is going. So, or something, they attempt. But here he kind of retorted back and used that, very unparliamentary language, a language against women. So this is the culture of BJP in which we wanted to escalate.
See, I rubbish the claims which are being made by the TMC now, and it is, now TMC should understand the fact that there's no point crying over the spilt milk. You see, because now they are, whatever they are trying to do is all damage control, but it is too late for that. So that's the reason all these sting operation, the validity has been challenged by the BJP itself. The Neta of BJP, whom they are showing in that sting operation, has already reported and filed a complaint with the CBI challenging the same. So whatever they are doing now is now, there's another fact which is clear. Why is Trinamool responding now? Why were they quiet for, long 2-3 months?
All right, let's shift our focus now to Karnataka. The Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka, D.K. Shivakumar, has spoken exclusively to NDTV on the obscene videos case. The Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister has in fact said that the Congress will win more than 20 seats in Karnataka, which is a big claim to make. He's also denied leaking those videos.
We have with us Deputy CM of Karnataka, Mr. D.K. Shivakumar. Sir, now that the elections are over in Karnataka, what are the prospects of the Congress here?
Congress will win a comfortable more than 20 seats in Karnataka. We are very happy that the entire party, the voters of Karnataka, felt that we have promised whatever we have promised, we have delivered, and better than the assembly election, I am confident this election will go through.
So one of the biggest election controversies has also been the Prajwal Revanna case, with allegations against you saying that you could have been responsible for leaking the videos.
I am not a fool or I am not a mad. I am no way connected to it. It is their blunder, it is their hit wicket. And you know what the Chief Minister has spoken, the former Chief Minister has spoken. I am no way connected to it. And it is all their own blunder what they have made themselves. See, we do politics in a straight way. We not, but instead of speaking all these things, the BJP knew everything, he knew everything, Kumar Swamy, they would have protected their own this one. They are putting onus on. In what way we are connected? In what way we are no way connected? Already Kumar Swamy said that it is his, he doesn't have, he has distanced himself from his father and his brother. Now why is he speaking on this? It is all his own. He is the actor, he is the director, he is the distributor.
So are you worried about the political fallout because the JDS is targeting you?
No, naturally, because they feel I am a threat to them. They feel that they are a threat to them. They naturally target whom? They can't target people who goes on the street. More the strong, more the enemies. Less strong, less enemies. No strong, no enemies.
So was the Congress aware of these allegations, sir?
We are not aware of these allegations. We never knew about this. We never knew. Let them do whatever they make. It is the BJP and them. They are the partners. Let them do whatever they want.
Thank you so much, sir. That was Mr. D.K. Shivakumar talking about the allegations against him of leaking the videos, saying that it is definitely not the Congress that was aware of these allegations earlier. With camera person.
Hello everyone. I urge each one of you to exercise your right to vote. Your voice matters and all our votes shape our collective future. Let us make democracy stronger by going out and exercising our franchise. Jai Hind.
The 18th Lok Sabha Elections. As always, NDTV has its ear to the ground.
With the biggest pie of 80 seats, all eyes will be on Uttar Pradesh.
Will the Troika ensure the Modi umbrella unites all?
It is the first election in Naya Kashmir since the scrapping of Article 370.
Will the same number of lotuses bloom in the desert, or can Gehlot lend a helping hand to India?
With BJP having Max here with the only pillar standing of Chhindwara fall.
Can Didi once again withstand the saffron tide?
Will BJP stay strong in its northeast bastion?
Jhadu ka jadoo or Modi magic? Can Congress gain lost ground in Punjab?
Will Revanth Reddy be able to increase the Congress strength in Telangana this time? And in Andhra Pradesh, will the Juggernaut be able to stop Chandrababu Naidu and Pawan Kalyan?
Can BJP win back its only stronghold in the south? Or will it be a Congress consolidation?
Can BJP make a dent in the Dravidian den?
Good afternoon. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Divya Vada. Let's get to your top story, and that's the US President Joe Biden has warned Israel that the United States will stop supplying some weapons if it launches a major ground operation in the Gaza city of Rafah. Now, during an interview with CNN, Biden has gone on to say, and I quote, that if they go into Rafah, I'm not supplying the weapons that have been used historically to deal with Rafah, is what US President Joe Biden said, though adding that he would continue to make sure Israel is secure. The Pentagon has confirmed the weapons pause in a move that analysts widely see as a pressure tactic. The United States has warned Israel against a full-scale invasion of the town of Rafah, where more than 1 million Palestinians are sheltering. The decision has been characterized as a hinge point in the US-Israel relationship and possibly just the first manifestation, depending on how Israel now acts in Rafah. But despite firm and vocal US opposition, Israel has now appearing to be set to mount a large-scale invasion of the city of Rafah. Listen to what the US State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller had to say about this.
You look at the fact that there are so many people crowded into such a small area, when you look at the way Israel has conducted its operations in the past and what the impact on the civilian population has been. And we also have concerns about the impact of any potential operation on the delivery of humanitarian assistance. So we have paused one shipment of near-term assistance and we are reviewing others.
Also, several Palestinian children were taken to hospital with injuries in Rafah on Wednesday as Israel's army continues its military operation in the southern city of Gaza. A man said residents were hit by shelling. We were walking and a shell landed on us. We are in the central part of Rafah, not in the east, nor in the west, but not even by the sea, nor in the east, in the middle of Rafah. And the artillery hit us, is what he had to say. With your eyes, you saw them all, children. No one was military or had anything to do with a political party, is what he had to say. Dozens of Palestinians fled central Rafah on Wednesday following Israel's ground invasions and evacuation order of the city's eastern suburbs. Residents were seen packing up their belongings in bags that were loaded on cars and carts, heading in different directions, seeking safety. We evacuated from here because of the leaflets that the Israeli army threw on us. In addition, they called us on our mobile phones and told us to evacuate the entire area, said Mohammed Rehan, a displaced person. Many headed to an area west of the city known as Muwazi, a coastal strip designated as a safe zone by the Israeli military. But the area has swelled in size, with the United Nations Palestinian Refugee Agency estimating that over 450,000 displaced Palestinians are sheltering there, mostly living in tents. Residents say basic food products and essential items have become unaffordable there, including essentials such as drinking water. Displaced Palestinian families gathered by the waterfront in Gaza's central city of Dar al-Bala on Wednesday, saying they were struggling to find food and water but had nowhere else to go. Since the war began in October, many have traveled the length of Gaza from north to south, only to begin a reverse journey after the Israel-designated safe zone became extremely overcrowded. Isam and her extended family of 55 say there are no facilities in the small strip of coastline where they have spent the night. About 1.3 million Palestinians, more than half of Gaza's population, are jammed into Rafah and face the prospect of having to evacuate with no good plan for where to find adequate shelter. On Monday, Israel issued a warning to evacuate an area of eastern Rafah where approximately 1 lakh Palestinians are sheltering. Israel encouraged the evacuees to move to Muwazi, an Israeli declared safe zone that it says has expanded and will be equipped with field hospitals, shelter materials and other facilities as well. Humanitarian aid was loaded onto a large container ship in Cyprus on Wednesday for eventual delivery to Gaza. The Sagamore was seen at the island nation's port in Larnaca as aid was lowered through a crane into the ship. Meanwhile, the United States military has finished construction of a temporary pier and causeway that will be used to deliver aid to Gaza through a maritime system, but plans to move it into shore into place on the shore are also on hold due to weather conditions and other logistics as well. A Pentagon official said once the loading of the ship is completed and the US-built pier and causeway is ready at a Gaza beach, shipments to the Palestinian territory can start to begin. Critical diesel fuel to pump drinking water, maintaining communications and delivering the aid in Gaza will run out as of yesterday. And it's estimated that the food already in the southern part will be gone by the end of the week, is what a senior United Nations humanitarian aid had to say. Now, following Israel's closure of the two key crossing points into the territory. Israeli tanks could be seen operating in the south of the country on Wednesday, a day after the troops seized control of Gaza's vital Rafah border crossing and as fears mount of a full-scale invasion of the city of Rafah. The crossing remained closed on Wednesday after Israeli forces seized it the day before. Associated Press journalists heard sporadic explosions and gunfire in the area overnight, including 2 large blasts early on Wednesday. Rafah has been a vital conduit for humanitarian aid since the start of the war and is the only place where people can enter and exit. Israel says Hamas has 4 battalions in Rafah and that it must send in ground forces to topple them. The White House described Israel's movement to Rafah as a limited operation that stopped short of the full-on invasion of the city that the United States President Joe Biden has repeatedly warned against on humanitarian grounds, most recently in a call on Monday with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Security was tight in Malmo on Wednesday as competition in the 68th Eurovision song contest kicked off with the war in Gaza casting a shadow over the sequin-spangled pop extravaganza. Performers representing countries across Europe and beyond took to the stage in the first of the 2 semi-finals in the Swedish city of Malmo. It was a second semi-final on Thursday. This is a field of 37 nations to 26 who will compete in Saturday's final against the backdrop of both parties and protests. The Swedish city expects an influx of some 1 lakh Eurovision fans, along with tens of thousands of pro-Palestinian protesters. Israel is a Eurovision participant, and demonstrations are planned on Thursday and Saturday against the Israel-Hamas war, which has left almost 35,000 Palestinians dead. Israel's government has warned its citizens of a tangible concern. Israelis could be targeted for attack in Malmo during the contest. Russian Deputy Defense Minister Timur Ivanov will remain behind bars on pre-trial detention on charges of taking an especially large bribe. A Moscow city court ruled on Wednesday saying that Ivanov will remain in custody until June of, this is the 23rd of June 2024, after the court upheld the decision of Moscow's district court and left the applicant's appeal to replace the chosen preventive measure with house arrest or another measure not related to detention in custody without satisfaction. A Russian deputy defense minister in charge of military construction projects and accused of living a lavish lifestyle was ordered jail on Wednesday last week pending an investigation and trial on charges of bribery, is what the court officials said in a statement. One of the 12 deputy defense ministers and the ally of Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu was arrested last week. Several residential buildings and vehicles have been damaged in Zaporizhia following additional Russian airstrikes on Wednesday after a nighttime barrage of more than 50 cruise missiles and explosive drones targeted at Ukraine's power grid. President, we're talking about Zelensky, calling the bombardment a massive attack on the day the country celebrated the defeat of Nazism in World War II. The attack was the 5th in the last 6 weeks, targeting the company's facilities. Overall, since the beginning of Russia's full-scale invasion in February of 2022, the company's assets have come under attack nearly 180 times, injuring about 51 workers and killing 3 workers. Russia said on Wednesday that its forces have taken control of 2 Ukrainian towns called Ukraine, claimed its forces struck Russia's artillery system and air defense system over the past 24 hours. The Russian Ministry of Defense reported on Wednesday that in a retaliation for the Ukrainian army's attack on Russian energy facilities, the Russian army carried out strikes on Ukrainian energy facilities, military enterprises and other targets as well. At the same time, the Russian forces repelled the Ukrainian offensives in several directions and took control of 2 villages, one each in Kharkov in northeastern Ukraine and also in Avdiivka in the eastern part of the country. Russian air defense units intercepted tactical missiles of the Ukrainian army and multiple drones and aerial bombs. On the same day, the General Staff of the Ukrainian Armed Forces issued a report saying that the Ukrainian army engaged with the Russian troops on the front line for more than 100 times, repelling their attacks in those 2 areas in eastern Ukraine and other regions and striking the Russian air defense system, artillery system and other targets. Police cleared a pro-Palestinian tent encampment at George Washington University early on Wednesday and arrested demonstrators. It came hours after dozens marched to the home of the school's president as city officials prepared to appear before the Congress on the protest handling. Now, the District of Columbia has also, we're talking about the mayor there, Muriel Bowser and this is Metropolitan Police Chief Pamela Smith, were called to testify on Wednesday afternoon at the Republican-led House Committee on Oversight and Accountability, but the hearing was cancelled after the arrest. At least 3 tornadoes struck Michigan on Tuesday as severe weather barreled across the nation's midsection. Kalamazoo County's Portage area was hard hit as a FedEx facility was ripped apart and more than a dozen mobile homes were destroyed. Several major insurers have pulled out of California's homeowners insurance market, citing increased costs related to growing wildfires rise in the state. Carriers included Allstate, Farmers and State Farm have actually stopped issuing new policies in California, or they've gone on to announce that they would not renew existing policies in the state. In recent years, thousands of homes in California have been destroyed by wildfires fueled by climate change. There's an effort underway in the state legislature to try to fix the problem through a series of reforms that have put the insurance industry and consumer advocates at odds. California's elected insurance commissioner, Ricardo Lara, is attempting to overhaul home insurance regulations aimed at calming the state's imploding market by relaxing regulations and giving insurers more freedom to raise premiums. Home Secretary James Cleverly unveiled the plans to target and dismantle Russian intelligence gathering operations in what is seen as one of the most significant steps of its kind since the end of the Cold War. Britain cracked down on Russian spies, expelling Moscow's defense attach. This is the kernel and shutting a secret base known as Putin's Palace. Mr. Cleverly said the measures are aimed at what he called the reckless and dangerous activities of the Russian government across Europe. He also announced that a series of diplomatic premises suspected of being spy bases will lose their special legal status. The United Kingdom has said an uneasy relationship with Russia for years, accusing its agents of targeted killings and espionage, including cyber attacks aimed at British parliamentarians and leaking and amplifying sensitive information to serve Russian interests. Following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, Britain has also sanctioned hundreds of wealthy Russians and moved to clamp down on money laundering through London's property and financial markets. The United States has revoked licenses allowing Huawei Technologies Co. to buy semiconductors from Qualcomm Inc. and Intel Corp., further tightening export restrictions against the Chinese telecom equipment maker. Withdrawal of the licenses affects U.S. sales of chips for use in Huawei phones as well as laptops. As per the initial reports, officials say the move is key to preventing China from developing advanced AI.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola, India's best 5G smartphone brand.
The 2024 Lok Sabha polls are crucial for the future of this country. Having covered elections for 35 years, I hope to cut through the cacophony of a long, hot summer campaign and help to understand and decode the issues, the challenges, and finally, the outcome.
After 5 years, we are again getting an opportunity to exercise our right to vote. This is a right which has been earned after a very long and hard struggle by our great leaders. We must not waste this opportunity. I have pledged that I will vote. I have appealed to all my family members and friends to come out and vote for the development of our great nation.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
This show isn't just about news from the southern states. It's one that looks at the rest of India and the world from a diverse South India point of view, because NDTV has always taken the southern view seriously.
The Southern View with Veera Raghav, only on NDTV 24/7.
I do hope all of you are going to go out and cast your vote, and especially the youth of the country. And the youth and the corporate citizens, people who work in our urban centers and companies. You know, we are the, in many ways, we actually are the generation which is going to build the country. So I do hope all of you get out and vote. It is not just our responsibility, but it's also our core participation in building the future country of our dreams. And I am today pledging to vote. My vote is in Punjab on 1st June. So I'm pledging here to vote, and I do hope all of you do the same. So I'm going to just sign this pledge to vote.
Breaking news coming in at the moment from Haryana. The leader of opposition, Bhupinder Hooda, has in fact responded to JJP's letter. This is the letter that was written by Dushyant Chautala asking the governor to hold a floor test. Now, Hooda has also said that impose president's rule and also conduct fresh polls is what is being asked. So a floor test imminent as far as Haryana is concerned. It's a big question as far as the BJP ex-ally is concerned. We're talking about Dushyant Chautala of the JJP, and now even the Congress party wanting a floor test. Dushyant Chautala has written to the governor saying that the BJP does not have the numbers, as 3 independents have withdrawn their support to the BJP and switched over to the Congress party. Do remember Dushyant Chautala yesterday had pledged his support, saying that he would support the Congress party from the outside in case they wanted to topple the government. While the BJP is saying there's no issue, the government is safe, saying that it's not even an alarming situation, is how the Chief Minister of the state has reacted. Let's first just listen in to what Bhupinder Hooda had to say.
ने जी गवर्नर को लेटर लिखा है, तो क्या आप भी मिलेंगे गवर्नर साहब से?
डेलीगेशन जाएगा, हमारे विधायक लेके जाएंगे। हम तो 30 इकट्ठे हैं, वो है कि नहीं है ये देखने वाली बात है। अगर ये बेहतर होता कि 10 के 10 MLA परेड करते गवर्नर, हमारे तो 30 आदमी जाएंगे, कोई डाउट गवर्नर का होगा तो परेड भी करा देंगे हम। दूसरा, मौजूदा सरकार जो है वो अपमत में आ गई है। अब नैतिकता के आधार पर इसको तुरंत इस्तीफा दे देना चाहिए। राष्ट्रपति शासन करके वी आर डिमांडिंग फ्रेश इलेक्शन।
कांग्रेस कब परेड कराएगी? परेड कब कराएंगे सर?
जब गवर्नर कहेगा। हमारे 30 हमारे कोई डिस्प्यूट नहीं है। उनके विधायकों को आ रहा है, कोई किसी को सपोर्ट कर रहा है, किसी को कर रहा है। हमारे किसी विधायक कब आ रहे हैं, हम 30 इकट्ठे हैं। देखो 30 हम 10 हो है जी, 3 हमारे मिले पहले।
We have my colleague Gurpreet joining us. Gurpreet, now we've also heard the leader of opposition, Bhupinder Hooda, asking for that floor test that's being demanded by Dushyant Chautala, who has in fact written a letter to the governor.
Well, yes, of course, Bhupinder Singh Hooda, he has already demanded there should be floor test which should be conducted because the way JJP Neta Dushyant Chautala, who has already written to Haryana governor, it is very clear the government, the BJP-led government doesn't have majority at this point of time, and if all the opposition netas, they are going to be united, there will be a possibility that they will be able to prove majority. And what we have learned, the Congress netas, they have already sought an appointment from Haryana governor so that the floor test should be conducted. So let's see that how the political strategies are being chalked out by all the opposition parties so that they will be able to fall the BJP government within the state. But it is yet to be seen. The BJP says that they are in stable position. Whether they will be able to save this government within the state or not, that is yet to be seen. Back to studio.
So much, Gurpreet, for joining us with all those details. We will keep tracking the story and coming back to you for more on that as a trouble mounts for the BJP in Haryana. Now, Akshay Tritiya, which is on the 10th of May, and that's tomorrow, this year is considered a very auspicious day as far as that festival is concerned, a day that brings in prosperity, good luck and success. But it is also a very vulnerable time when thousands of young children are pushed into child marriage, especially across rural India. In the days leading up to Akshay Tritiya, the Child Marriage Free India campaign, a nationwide campaign, is galvanizing women leaders and its 161 partner organizations at the grassroots level to increase their vigilance, stay alert and take every possible measure to stop child marriages from happening in their region. Here's a report.
With just a few days to go for Akshay Tritiya, training camps are in full swing in Palasi in Bihar. There is a critical need for training and awareness sessions like this one because child marriage remains a strongly ingrained social evil, justified in the name of centuries-old norms. For lakhs of girls across India, child marriage still remains a non-negotiable reality.
So they use different means, for instance, timing of the marriage, which at a time at an odd hour, maybe late in the night or early in the morning, or printing a card of an adult marriage and along with that also conducting the marriage of a child so that it is not publicly seen in the printing.
And this is why, in the period leading up to Akshay Tritiya on May 10th this year, the Child Marriage Free India campaign is working very closely with civil society organizations to train the community in increased vigilance. In Palasi, the NGO Jagran Kalyan Bharati, a partner of the Child Marriage Free India campaign, is doing this through the ASHA workers, health workers deeply woven into the social fabric of the communities they serve.
आशा कार्यकर्ता जो हैं और जो फैसिलिटेटर हैं उनकी भूमिका वार्ड लेवल पे काफ़ी अधिक संख्या में रहती है और ये आशा दीदी जो हमारी हैं वो ग्रामीण जो महिलाएं हैं जो पढ़ी लिखी हैं या पढ़ी लिखी नहीं हैं, दोनों तरह के हमारे समाज में लोग हैं, तो उनको समझाने में आशा दीदी की अहम भूमिका हो सकती है, तो वो वहाँ पे जाके समझाने का प्रयास भी करेंगी। और समाज में कहीं भी
Creating awareness is only one part of the strategy to stop child marriages during Akshay Tritiya. Recognizing its significance, the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act 2006 also has stringent provisions for this day.
The law also prescribes that on certain events like Akshay Tritiya, where mass marriages are scheduled, in those situations the DM assumes the power of a child marriage prohibition officer and has additional powers to stop solemnization of child marriages and take appropriate measures.
Child marriages cannot be prevented or stopped unless each one of us plays a role. It is our collective responsibility to be vigilant and alert and report any suspected case of child marriage. And that is the awareness being spread by the Child Marriage Free India campaign through their grassroots partners. If there is any sign of a child marriage being conducted around you, report it immediately. Report it to the police, the Child Marriage Prohibition Officer, the Child Welfare Committee, the District Magistrate, the Child Line number 1098. It is not only around on occasions like Akshay Tritiya The need to be alert and vigilant to prevent child marriages is constant. It takes a long time to shift deeply entrenched mindsets that are centuries old. But with the Child Marriage Free India campaign working systematically through its NGO partners across the country, the aim is to reduce the current national prevalence rate of child marriage from 23.3% to 5.5% by 2030. This direct engagement and open conversations with communities ahead of occasions like Akshaya Tritiya is a much needed part of it. Only then would we be able to put an end to child marriage.
After 5 years, we are again getting an opportunity to exercise our right to vote. This is a right which has been earned after a very long and hard struggle by our great leaders. We must not waste this opportunity. I have pledged that I will vote. I have appealed to all my family members and friends to come out and vote for the development of our great nation.
The biggest carnival of democracy, India's general election.
Prime Minister Modi makes a formidable bid for a hat-trick.
The opposition is trying to mount a united challenge.
And the southern parties are standing their ground.
As battle lines are drawn,
Join us on an exciting journey on the road to 2024.
Indian elections, a festival like no other. And NDTV covers elections like no other.
When India votes, you can count on us.
दुनिया के सबसे बड़े लोकतंत्र का वो चुनाव जो देश और दुनिया को बदलने की ताकत रखता है। सरकार बनाएंगे करीब 100 करोड़ लोग, जिससे तय होंगे पीएम, पॉलिसी और फ्यूचर। इस सबसे बड़े चुनाव की बड़ी बातों को डिकोड करने के लिए मेरे साथ होंगे देश के जाने माने एक्सपर्ट्स। देश के चुनिंदा शहरों से एनडीटीवी की सबसे बड़ी पेशकश बैटल ग्राउंड देखिए मेरे साथ सिर्फ एनडीटीवी पर, क्योंकि चुनाव मतलब एनडीटीवी।
After 5 years, we are again getting an opportunity to exercise our right to vote. This is a right which has been earned after a very long and hard struggle by our great leaders. We must not waste this opportunity. I have pledged that I will vote. I have appealed to all my family members and friends to come out and vote for the development of our great nation.
In the heat and dust of politics, perspective should not get lost. Watch me decipher hard politics through an academic lens, only on NDTV.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
This is NDTV, and you're watching NDTV 24/7.
Hello, Moto.
Good afternoon and welcome to NDTV. I'm Ankit Tyagi. Let's quickly take you through the headlines we are tracking at 3 p.m. Karnataka sex crime case, Congress versus JDS continues. Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar hits out at JDS. Shivakumar says, not a fool to leak these videos. Air India Express controversy escalates, 86 flights cancelled. Air India Express employees meet Labour Commissioner. Air India Express puts staff on deadline to join work. Floor test, is the floor test imminent in Haryana? Haryana political crisis, JJP Congress demand floor test. Dushyant Chautala speaks to the governor, says BJP doesn't have the numbers. Bhupinder Hooda pushes for president's rule. Battle for the Lok Sabha elections in Telangana heats up. Amit Shah attacks Congress, BRS, AIMIM over appeasement. Priyanka Gandhi hits back, says AIMIM is BJP's B team. Telangana Chief Minister Revant Reddy exclusively speaks to NDTV on Amit Shah fake video case. Says, why is Home Ministry intervening in a political case? Maldives Foreign Minister is on his visit to India. Amid strained ties between two countries, Jaishankar calls for reciprocal sensitivity. Karnataka Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar has spoken to NDTV. In this exclusive interview, D.K. Shivakumar has spoken at length on the obscene video case. He has said that he's not a fool to leak these videos. He has also hit out at the JDS. He says that the JDS sees him as a threat. Listen in.
We have with us Deputy CM of Karnataka, Mr. D.K. Shivakumar. Sir, now that the elections are over in Karnataka, what are the prospects of the Congress here?
Congress will win a comfortable more than 20 seats in Karnataka. We are very happy that the entire party, the voters of Karnataka felt that we have promised whatever we have promised, we have delivered, and better than the assembly election, I am confident this election will go through.
So one of the biggest election controversies has also been the Prajwal Revanna case, with allegations against you saying that you could have been responsible for leaking the videos.
I am not a fool or I am not a mad. I am no way connected to it. It is their blunder, it is their hit wicket, and you know what the Chief Minister had spoken, the former Chief Minister has spoken. I am no way connected to it, and it is all their own blunder what they have made themselves. See, we do politics in a straight way. We not, but instead of speaking all these things, the BJP knew everything, he knew everything, Kumar Swami, they would have protected their own this one. They are putting onus on. In what way we are connected? In what way we are no way connected? Already Kumar Swami said that it is his, he doesn't have, he has distanced himself from his father and his brother. Now why is he speaking on this? It is all his own. He is the actor, he is the director, he is the distributor.
So are you worried about the political fallout because the JDS is targeting you?
No, naturally, because they feel I am a threat to them. They feel that they are a threat to them. They naturally target whom? They can't target people who goes on the street. More the strong, more the enemies. Less strong, less enemies. No strong, no enemies.
So was the Congress aware of these allegations, sir?
We are not aware of these allegations. We never knew about this. We never knew. Let them do whatever they make. It is the BJP and them. They are the partners. Let them do whatever they want.
Thank you so much, sir. That was Mr. D.K. Shivakumar talking about the allegations against him of leaking the videos, saying that it is definitely not the Congress that was aware of these allegations earlier. With camera person Govind, Pratibha Raman in Bengaluru for NDTV.
Now, this has, remember, in the second phase of the elections, it emerged as one of the biggest problem or the talking point as far as Karnataka elections are concerned. And in the last phase, which was the third phase of the elections of Lok Sabha 2024, all seats, the 14 remaining seats of Karnataka, have voted. But is it going to have an impact? What happens with this war of words? There are many questions. How many women? What happens to Prajwal Revanna? He's still on the run. And these allegations that both the Congress and the BJP knew about this many months before this scandal actually exploded. All these questions, ladies and gentlemen, at this moment in the air. And will this have an impact on the Lok Sabha elections? Because remember, even today, this is being raked up by the opposition party, especially the Congress party. Priyanka Gandhi spoke about it and has hit out at the BJP as well for being in alliance with the JDS and the Prime Minister campaigning himself for Prajwal Revanna. Let me go across to my colleague Pratibha Raman, who spoke to DK Shivakumar. Pratibha, he very clearly, in fact, said that the law is going to take its own course. But the fact remains that there have been allegations that both the Congress and the BJP knew about these videos long before it actually exploded.
Well, that is the allegation that where figures are being pointed at both the JDS, BJP on one hand, as well as the Congress, claiming that both the parties or all the three parties were aware of these allegations much before. On one hand, we have one of the members of the BJP claiming that this pen drive was in their hands in 2023 itself, and that this was already given to the Karnataka BJP chief while finalizing the candidates for the Lok Sabha election. In the meantime, the JDS claiming that the pen drive was earlier given to Mr. DK Shivakumar, who is responsible for having leaked those videos. But all of them vehemently denying all of these allegations, claiming that none of them were aware of this much before and that it only happened to surface now. But those answers still remain as questions so far as the investigation is concerned, because Prajwal Revanna, who's the key to this investigation, is still missing. And though there are lookout notices as well as a blue corner notice that have been issued, all eyes are also on the bail hearing today of HD Revanna, where whether he would secure the bail or not still remains a question there. The SIT trying to tighten its noose around the case with respect to recording statements of several victims there on one hand, but on the other we have two main accused, HD Revanna and Prajwal Revanna. While HD Revanna is in judicial custody, Prajwal Revanna is still out there somewhere. Back to you.
That's right. In fact, he remains to be on the run, allegedly in Germany at this moment. Thank you so much, Pratibha, for joining us with all those details. Moving on to Haryana, where the political crisis, in fact, after 3 independent MLAs withdrew their support from the BJP government. Now, there is the question that everybody is asking, and also the opposition is pushing for, is there a floor test imminent in Haryana now? Now, BJP former ally, former Deputy Chief Minister, JJP Chief Dushyant Chautala has joined the Congress in the chorus. Dushyant Chautala has written to the governor and he has said that the BJP does not have numbers. 3 independents have withdrawn support to the BJP government and there should be a floor test. Now, the BJP says that there is no crisis. The government is safe and the Congress seeks time with Haryana governor to also push for presidential rule and to be imposed in the state at this moment.
दो महीने पहले जो सरकार बनी थी, आज वो अल्पमत में चली गई है क्योंकि उनको सपोर्ट करने वाले 2 MLAs, एक भारतीय जनता पार्टी का, एक निर्दलीय ने इस्तीफा दे दी और 3 MLAs इंडिपेंडेंट जो सपोर्ट कर रहे थे उनने अपना सपोर्ट विड्रॉ कर लिया गवर्नमेंट से, गवर्नर को लिख दिया। जननायक जनता पार्टी ने खुल के कहा है कि अगर इस सरकार के खिलाफ अविश्वास प्रस्ताव आता है तो हम बाहर से उसका पूरा समर्थन करेंगे और इसके लिए महामहिम राज्यपाल को लिखित तौर पर भी हमने भेजा है और ये मांग करी है कि संविधान के अनुसार ये पावर महामहिम के पास है कि वो फ्लोर टेस्ट के लिए आदेश सरकार को दे।
लेके जाएंगे, हम तो 30 इकट्ठे हैं, वो है कि नहीं है ये देखने वाली बात है। अगर ये बेहतर होता कि 10 के 10 MLA परेड कर देगा हमारे तो 30 आदमी जाएंगे, कोई डाउट का होगा उनको परेड भी करा देंगे हम। दूसरा, ये मौजूदा सरकार जो है वो अपमत में आ गई है। अब नैतिकता के आधार पर इसको तुरंत इस्तीफा दे देना चाहिए। राष्ट्रपति शासन करके वी आर डिमांडिंग फ्रेश इलेक्शन।
My colleague Gurpreet Chhina now joins us with more details at this moment. Gurpreet, now this is a serious, political crisis that Haryana is staring at. Though the state will also see elections later this year, what are you picking up? Will there be a floor test? What is happening?
Well, if we can talk about JJP and the Congress, they have already demanded for floor test, and we have seen the Congress has already sought an appointment from Haryana governor where they want to ask for this floor test. But if we can talk about the BJP side, what we have learned from Vidhan Sabha Speaker, he says floor test has just been conducted and there is need as per the rule to have a gap of 6 months. That could be possible reason why the BJP is very confident, because yesterday when we interacted with the Chief Minister of Haryana, he was saying at that time the government is stable and there is no need to prove any majority. But if we can talk about the calculations which we can understand from Bhupinder Singh Hooda and specifically the JJP Neta Dushyant Chautala's letter which has been written to Haryana governor, it indicates the BJP has at this point of time 40 MLA of its own and 3 independent MLAs support. That means the BJP has 43 members as of now, whereas magic number is 45. At the same time, if we can talk about the opposition, Congress has 30 seats and JJP has 10 members, and other opposition leaders, if all are going to be united, they will be able to even reach the magic number 45. So a few minutes back, we have seen Bhupinder Singh Hooda. He has already said there is need to call for floor test. If the government has majority, it should prove it. But the ball is in the court of the governor. So let's see how the governor is going to react on this letter which is written by JJP, and specifically the Congress has sought an appointment from governor, and if the governor is going to call for floor test, after that things will be more clear. Back to studio.
Thank you so much for joining us with all those details, Gurpreet. Let's move on to Telangana, where the Chief Minister of Telangana has exclusively spoken to NDTV. In fact, Revant Reddy has spoken on the Amit Shah fake video case and the chances of the Congress party in the upcoming Lok Sabha elections.
आप एकमात्र एक स्टार कैंपेनर ऑलमोस्ट इन अक्रॉस तेलंगाना आप हैं, बाहर के जो भी नेता अगर हम नहीं काउंट करें तो आप पर दिल्ली पुलिस ने ये इल्ज़ाम लगाया है कि आप फेक वीडियो बनाने में या उसको प्रोपेगेट करने में आपकी भूमिका है, और जो मुद्दा था वो रिजर्वेशन का था।
उमा जी, वो चार्ज मैं सीधा कर चुका हूँ प्राइम मिनिस्टर के खिलाफ, गृह मंत्री के खिलाफ। मैं किसी का वीडियो सहारा लेने का क्या ज़रूरत है? मैं खुद बयान दे रहा हूँ हर जलसा में कि अगर भारतीय जनता पार्टी को इस बार 400 सीट मिले तो संविधान को बदलने वाले हैं, SC, ST, BC एंड माइनॉरिटी रिजर्वेशंस को ख़त्म करने वाले हैं। मैं सीधा आरोप लगा रहा हूँ, आपके माध्यम से भी मैं यही आरोप लगा रहा हूँ। इसका मैं कुछ एविडेंसेस दिखाया, एविडेंसेस के बारे में भारतीय जनता पार्टी रिएक्ट नहीं हो रहा है कि 1881 ब्रिटिशर से लेकर हर 10 साल को जनता गिनने का काम शुरू किए। आज़ादी मिलने के बाद भी 70 साल ये काम हो चुका है, मगर 2021 में क्यों नरेंद्र मोदी जी जनता आबादी गिनने का छोड़ दिए? दिस इज़ पॉइंट नंबर 1। पॉइंट नंबर 2, 2000 अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन अमेंडमेंट करने के लिए जस्टिस वेंकटाचलय कमीशन डाला था, वो कमीशन के रिपोर्ट कहाँ पर है? तीसरी बात, 2015 अनंत कुमार हेगड़े यूनियन कैबिनेट मिनिस्टर हैज़ मेड ए स्टेटमेंट, वो लोग संविधान को बदलने वाले हैं। 2019 सुमित्रा महाजन लोकसभा स्पीकर थी, रिजर्वेशन रद्द करने के लिए बात किए थे।
But the BJP has denied it. You have been saying this in every meeting.
All these leaders, sir, made their statements. Recent 4-5 days back, Mr. Dushyant Kumar Gautam, he has made it clear, yes, we are coming back and we wanted to change constitution. तो साफ एक तरफ से वो लोग कह रहे हैं उनके खिलाफ अगर कोई कार्रवाई शुरू की है तो मोदी जी, अमित भाई ने, हम लोग इनके बात को हम यकीन कर सकते। जो बयान देने वाले देते जा रहे, आप उल्टा बोल रहे, अब हमारे ऊपर इल्ज़ाम लगा रहे। आपके खुद के पार्टी में क्या हो रहा है, पहले वो कंट्रोल करो।
एक तरह से पॉलिटिक्स तो बहुत एक्सपेंसिव है और उनका कहना है कि आप पैसा बटोर रहे हैं और दिल्ली भेज रहे हैं उसके लिए, इलेक्शन के लिए यहाँ पे इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट से ले रहे हैं, बाकी जो भी उद्योगपति आपके पास आते हैं आप उनसे पैसे बटोर रहे हैं।
तो मैं एक सवाल करूं, अभी भारतीय जनता पार्टी को इलेक्टोरल बॉन्ड्स कुछ कम 8,000 करोड़ रुपए मिल चुका है, वो किसने दिया हुआ है? यही कॉर्पोरेट कंपनीज ने दिया हुआ है ना। हर पॉलिटिकल पार्टी को कोई ना कोई कंपनी वाले चुनाव के लिए कुछ चंदा देते, दैट इज कॉल्ड फंड्स, दैट इज नॉट करप्शन, दैट इज नॉट एनी अदर थिंग्स। अगर ये बात अगर चर्चा पे लेना है तो 1500 करोड़ TRS हैज गॉट इलेक्टोरल बॉन्ड्स, नरेंद्र मोदी जी हैज़ गॉट ऑलमोस्ट 8,000 करोड़ इलेक्टोरल बॉन्ड्स। तो पूरा इलेक्टोरल बॉन्ड्स के बारे में अब लोकसभा शुरू होते ही बहस लगा दो, हम चर्चा करेंगे, नहीं तो सीधा सीधा हम चर्चा करने के लिए तैयार है। इस देश में कोई पार्टी का अध्यक्ष ना जागीरदार ना जमींदार नहीं है, या नहीं है तो कॉरपोरेट कंपनी का CEO भी नहीं है, पार्टी का अध्यक्ष है। हर राजनीति, हर नेता जब चुनाव लड़ना है तो किसी से मदद मांगकर चुनाव लड़ रहा है। ये कांग्रेस पार्टी के लिए लिमिट नहीं है। तो इसीलिए अगर बहस करना है तो हम लोग तैयार हैं। अभी लोकसभा शुरू करो और इलेक्टोरल बॉन्ड्स के बारे में हम चर्चा करेंगे, कौन सी कॉर्पोरेट कंपनी वाले जिसको क्विड प्रो को में क्या मिला है, हम पूरा डिटेल देंगे। वो लिकर स्कैम में जो केजरीवाल को 100 करोड़ रुपए कैश दिया बोल के जिसके ऊपर आरोप है, वो लोग कितने हंड्रेड्स ऑफ करोड़ इलेक्टोरल बॉन्ड्स भारतीय जनता पार्टी को दिया हुआ है, सबसे सारे बहस करेंगे लोकसभा में।
That was Revant Reddy, in fact, hitting back at the Bharatiya Janata Party. Meanwhile, Union Home Minister Amit Shah hit out at Asaduddin Owaisi, the BRS and the Congress in Telangana. He was campaigning in Telangana for appeasement politics. He also raised the issue of vote for jihad versus vote for welfare charge against the Congress party. Now, Congress has responded. Priyanka Gandhi has taken charge to respond to the Home Minister. She, in fact, has targeted Hyderabad MP and AIMIM Chief Asaduddin Owaisi, accusing him of working directly with the BJP as their B team.
भाइयों और बहनों, कांग्रेस, मजलिस और BRS, ये तीनों अपीसमेंट का ट्रायंगल है। ये लोग रामनवमी का जुलूस नहीं निकलने देते हैं, ये लोग हैदराबाद विमोचन दिन नहीं मनाने देते हैं, ये लोग CAA का विरोध करते हैं, ये लोग यहाँ पर सरिया के आधार पर, कुरान के आधार पर तेलंगाना चलाना चाहते हैं।
मैं बार बार आपको यही कह रही हूँ, असदुद्दीन ओवैसी जी सीधा सीधा भाजपा के साथ काम कर रहे हैं। जहाँ जहाँ भाजपा को जरूरत है कि वो किसी को खड़ा कर दे, बाकी पार्टियों को पीछे रखने के लिए वो कर रहे हैं। ये बात बहुत स्पष्ट हो गई है, तेलंगाना के चुनाव में ये बात बहुत स्पष्ट हो गई है।
Uma Sudhir, my colleague, joins us with more details on this as the battle for Telangana heats up. Uma, it's not the first time that the BJP has made this kind of a charge as far as Mr. Owaisi and the Congress party is concerned. Amit Shah speaking about Sharia and the Quran in his rally. So far, we have seen quite a muted response as far as AIMIM chief is concerned. He's, unusually speaking less about other constituencies and the BJP and even the Congress party this time, as we have usually seen him doing.
Just ironic, in fact, that just on the day that Mr. Amit Shah has called this ABC, AIMIM, BRS and the Congress, just yesterday, Mr. Owaisi, in fact, said that everyone is calling me someone's B team or A team, so please decide among yourself whose B team I am. And he claimed that it is only on the strength of the people from his own constituency who have been his supporters that he has been winning election after election. Of course, this particular election, there seems to be more of a noise that is being made by his opposing opponent from the BJP, Madhvi Latha. And we also heard, Naveen Rana making some comments which have been seen now as controversial and as divisive as well. And the MIM, in fact, has demanded action against her because she said that just like Akbaruddin Owaisi had spoken about, I had asked for 15 minutes to be given without police and said, "Dekhiye kya hoga?" And she says, "Hame 15 minutes nahi, 15 seconds chahiye." So that has, of course, become controversial. And the larger political context is that, yes, in Telangana, not just in Hyderabad, the Muslim vote is going to be critical. And whether the BRS, which used to be getting that support because it is seen as that secular party which will take away the votes, that vote share, if it adds up to the Congress vote bank, that is something that is going to worry the BJP because there is a straight fight in many senses between the BJP and the Congress in Telangana. All the vote share that the BRS has lost after its defeat in the assembly elections is getting redistributed, and the BJP is hoping to, in fact, gain more from that, and therefore they would not want the minority vote as well to go towards the Congress.
That's right, but serious, in fact, religion and these kind of polarizing statements being made by netas there in the battle for Telangana. Thank you, Umar, for joining us with all those details. With that, we are slipping into a very short break. News and updates will continue on the other side. Stay tuned.
Co-present.
The 18th Lok Sabha Elections. As always, NDTV has its ear to the ground.
With the biggest pie of 80 seats, all eyes will be on Uttar Pradesh.
Will the Troika ensure the Modi umbrella unites all?
It is the first election in Naya Kashmir since the scrapping of Article 370.
Will the same number of lotuses bloom in the desert, or can Gehlot lend a helping hand to India?
With BJP having Max here with the only pillar standing of Chhindwara fall.
Can Didi once again withstand the saffron tide? Will BJP stay strong in its northeast bastion? Jhadu ka jadoo or Modi magic? Can Congress gain lost ground in Punjab?
Will Revant Reddy be able to increase the Congress strength in Telangana this time? And in Andhra Pradesh, will the Jagannath be able to stop Chandrababu Naidu and Pawan Kalyan?
Can BJP win back its only stronghold in the south? Or will it be a Congress consolidation?
Can BJP make a dent in the Dravidian den?
I pledge to vote and encourage all my colleagues at Godrej Industries Limited and associate companies to exercise their voting rights. It's the essence of democracy, and we stand firmly behind it. I would also urge everyone else to vote. We are thrilled to join NDTV's pledge to vote campaign and help spread the word in the corporate world and beyond. It's the essence of democracy, and we stand firmly behind it. We are thrilled to join NDTV's pledge.
It's the world's biggest festival of the power of a vote and the power of a citizen.
It is a day we must answer our call to duty as citizens of India.
We get this opportunity to determine how our country will be governed.
It is this constitutional duty through which we can make a difference in our nation's future.
And make India always a better.
Welcome back. Now, Air India Express has given an ultimatum to the cabin crew members reporting sick to join back duty by 4 p.m. this evening or risk termination. The carrier has also fired 30 cabin crew members who reported sick that led to mass cancellation of flights of Air India Express. Remember, at least 86 flights have been cancelled today again due to mass sick leaves of the crew, which has once again not reported for duty. Now remember, this is the day 2 of the entire mess or the turbulence that Air India Express is facing as far as their dissatisfied employees are concerned, and which is causing huge harassment and inconvenience to passengers who had booked themselves on these flights. Let me go across to my colleague Ishika, who is joining us at this moment. Ishika, there have been termination. Many employees are saying that these are pressure tactics. Is there a way out, some middle ground? Because, ultimately, it is the passengers, those who are bearing the brunt.
Well, yes, as you rightly mentioned, it is the passengers who are at the suffering end, because today also we have seen that the 84 Air India Express flights across India have been cancelled, which are both domestic and international flights. Now, if we talk about the employees of the Air India Express, well, in fact, we did see that in a dramatic development, Air India Express had sacked 30 of its employees today itself, and after that, an ultimatum was also issued for all of these employees to join back their duties by 4 p.m. itself. Otherwise, the management can take action. Well, let me tell you that today, in fact, a town hall meeting is also scheduled to take place shortly after around 5, and there, it is being expected that the employees will yet again raise their concerns like they had earlier as well with the Air India Limited chairman, where they had, in fact, said that, there is a lack of equality, and even after clearing the interviews, they are being offered a lower position job, and also the changes in the salary structure. But just before the town hall meeting, let me tell you that currently there is another meeting that is going on here in the national capital, and that meeting has been called by the Chief Labour Commissioner here. You can see that we are reporting from that spot here. Inside the meeting is going, which has been called by the Chief Labour Commissioner between the employees of the Air India and also the Air India management. Now, remember that the Regional Labour Commissioner had already written a letter to the Air India Express, in fact, saying, that mismanagement and blatant violations of the labour laws were apparent, and in fact, a high-level committee should be formed to look into the grievances of these employees. So certainly, there has been support pouring from the Labour Commission for the employees here. So we'll have to wait and watch as to what is the conclusion that comes out of this meeting. Remember, this meeting is just before the crucial town hall meeting.
Right.
Town hall meeting also, it will be very important to to note as to what will be the stand of the management after that, since we are seeing that the pressure only increases of them, especially with the civil aviation, also seeking a report on this. Over to you.
We'll have to wait and see whether there is some middle path that this town hall can produce, or this mess is going to continue for a few more days. Thank you so much, Ishika, for joining us with all those details. We're slipping into a short break. News and updates on the other side. Stay tuned.
Data drives our understanding of any election. What does a dip in voting percentage mean? What are the big factors to watch out for this poll season? Join me, Amitav Tiwari, in a data deep dive only on NDTV, where we decode and simplify the data for you.
The biggest carnival of democracy, India's general election.
Prime Minister Modi makes a formidable bid for a hat-trick.
The opposition is trying to mount a united challenge.
And the southern parties are standing their ground.
As battle lines are drawn,
Join us on an exciting journey on the road to 2024.
Indian elections, a festival like no other.
And NDTV covers elections like no other.
When India votes, you can count on us.
Whenever you use Gmail and you're trying to compose a new email, friends, you all know that section जहाँ पे हम email को compose कर रहे होते हैं, वो बहुत छोटा सा होता है कई बार. It's not that convenient to draft long emails. You know what? You can use the power of Google Docs, and वहाँ पे you can create your complete long emails and easily you can send them in Gmail. So basically, if you are in Google Docs, just type @email and वहाँ पे you will see this entire thing coming up जहाँ पे आप properly अपना email draft कर सकते हैं. You can add in the recipients, you can add in the subject line. आप email की body में जैसा चाहें वैसा पूरी एक proper formatting के साथ में अपना email draft कर सकते हैं. And वहीं से you can just hit a button to preview this email in Gmail and then just hit a button to send it. काफ़ी easy and काफ़ी convenient tip है for everyone who's using Gmail on a regular basis. Basically helping you compose longer emails in a better way within Google Docs. कैसा लगा ये tip? मुझे ज़रूर बताना.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read
The CBI has busted a doctor-supplier nexus at Delhi's Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital. The CBI has arrested 11 persons, including 2 cardiologists of RML Hospital, on various charges, including collecting money from medical equipment suppliers, taking bribe from patients in lieu of fixing appointments with doctors, and making false medical certificates. The arrested persons also include 4 employees of the hospital, including a nurse. 2 of them are accused of demanding 20,000 from a man after threatening to stop treatment being given to his pregnant wife, according to the CBI FIR. The RML Hospital has also set up a fact-finding committee to probe these charges. Let me go across to my colleague Tanushka, who's joining us with more details at this moment. This is worrying at many levels, threatening somebody of stopping their treatment. It goes completely against the basic tenets of the oath that these doctors and medical practitioners take.
Yes. That's definitely what the case is right now, and the CBI has, the fresh update is that the CBI has also made 2 more arrests in the case, in the alleged corruption case at the RML Hospital. And these 2 people are, one of them is Akarshan Gulati, I beg your pardon, and he is the medical equipment supply sales manager. And the other person who's been arrested is Shalu Sharma, who works at the RML. And what we do know right now is these 2 people together with make 11 arrests. The CBI has made 11 arrests as of now in the alleged corruption case at the RML Hospital. And 2 of these 11 arrests are also cardiologists who used to work at the RML Hospital. What we also know is that one of the cardiologists arrested is an assistant professor, Dr. Parvat Gowda. He was caught red-handed by the Central Bureau of Investigation.
Hospital from the acting medical superintendent is that they are forming a fact-finding committee, and they will be looking into the matter. They will be submitting their report within a week, and the findings of this report will be to ensure that something like this does not happen again at the RML. This is what the acting medical superintendent, Dr. Manoj Kumar Jha, has told us. Back to you.
Thank you for joining us with all those details. Tanushka reporting there on this nexus, in fact, which is absolute. Now, Maldives Foreign Minister Musa Zamir is in India. He met S. Jaishankar, the Foreign Minister of India. Maldives Foreign Minister said that his aim is to deepen the ties between both the countries. Long-standing partnership with India is what Mr. Zamir was heard saying. This is his first bilateral visit to India. The visit comes after Maldives' appeal to India. Maldives urged India to be part of its tourism sector. Now, Maldives has seen a 42% decline in tourism since the time the ties have been strained between both the countries.
Provides an opportunity to discuss our relationship and chart out future directions. As close and proximate neighbors, the development of our ties is obviously based on mutual interests and reciprocal sensitivity. As far as India is concerned, these are articulated in terms of our neighborhood first policy and Sagar vision. I hope that our meeting today has enabled us to strengthen the convergence of our perspectives in various domains. Excellency, India has been a key provider of development assistance to the Maldives. Our projects have benefited the lives of the people of your country, have contributed directly to the quality of life.
Mohammad Ghazali, my colleague, now joins us with more details on this. Mohammad Ghazali, this also comes after the massive victory of the Maldivian president, who has been accused of siding with China, not looking into his long ties as far as India and Maldives are concerned. What are we expecting out of this visit?
See, after the parliamentary elections last month, it became a major concern for India because we know that how even China is trying to expand its feet in Maldives, and the pro-China president, Mr. Moizu's party, won the parliamentary polls. But somewhere this meeting, this bilateral meeting between the foreign minister of both the countries hints that perhaps Maldives is also in dire need of support from its neighbor. And that is exactly why after winning the elections, this is the first time that the foreign minister of Maldives has come here for the bilateral talks. And very interestingly, Mr. Jaishankar read out or spoke about how India has helped Maldives, be it by setting up medical facilities, or even during the COVID crisis, India helped Maldives. Also infrastructure projects which has benefited both the countries. India has immensely sort of contributed to that. So perhaps after this meeting, there will be some breakthrough announcements between India and Maldives, because we heard before the meeting how Maldives and India both had agreed on the withdrawal of troops, which was part of the India Out campaign by President Mr. Moizu, and he was seen purchasing drones from Turkey and also visited China. So perhaps after all these moves, which was being seen as critical of India, now this meeting is kind of a breakthrough between the relations of both the countries. And perhaps after the meeting, we will have a joint statement or an official statement from the External Affairs Ministry of all the key issues which are discussed between the two countries.
Thank you for joining us with all those details. My colleague Mohammad Ghazali, in fact, reporting on India-Maldives relations. Moving on now, Samad Vaihande is in partnership with NDTV, is an initiative to shift the mindsets and spark a larger societal change around inclusivity and diversity. A change that will make the world see the true capacity of those who carry disabilities. Sweta is one such story. Born with spinal blindness, she uses her comedy to talk about disability and related issues for working, to change the perceptions and to make the world a more inclusive space. Sweta is a Samad hero.
I was born with something called as spina bifida that affects the spinal cord. Yeah, I am different, but I want to live life my way. I happened to chance upon comedy. I wanted to experiment and see if I could use this particular medium to express myself. मुझे sympathy नहीं चाहिए, संपत्ति चाहिए. I want to live in a world where inclusion is not an afterthought. So if you have the right tools to live your life as smoothly as possible, why don't I? The applause on stage makes me happy like no other thing in this universe. My jokes have always helped the audience understand a new perspective and laugh at a subject that otherwise has been over-stigmatized. I am Samarth.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola, India's best 5G smartphone brand.
Elections क्या हैं?
Election is basically a reality TV show जिससे बिग बॉस चुना जाता है. The biggest festival of democracy.
मेला है मेला.
हमारी आवाज. Youth की आवाज.
They make hashtags become a voting trend. They communicate their political views with memes. They turn their real ideas into reels. Youth makes elections a lot more fun, and we have just the right election shows for them. As India goes for its 18th general elections, join me, Arun Singh, for 18 Ka Vote only on NDTV. First-time voters, share your hopes and expectations from the leaders in the form of a video message. We'll feature select videos on NDTV.
I pledge to vote. This is the only relationship between those who govern and those who are governed. It is the only way to hold or reward people or penalize them on the governance they have given. It is a centerpiece of our democratic architecture. We have a right which we must exercise.
In the heat and dust of politics, perspective should not get lost. Watch me decipher hard politics through an academic lens, only on NDTV.
I pledge to vote. This is the only relationship between those who govern and those who are governed. It is the only way to hold or reward people or penalize them on the governance they have given. It is a centerpiece of our democratic architecture. We have a right which we must exercise.
The 18th Lok Sabha Elections. As always, NDTV has its ear to the ground.
With the biggest pie of 80 seats, all eyes will be on Uttar Pradesh.
Will the Troika ensure the Modi umbrella unites?
Let's bring you another hot seat, which is in fact going to polls in the upcoming rounds of the election, the big battle of Srinagar in Jammu and Kashmir. Big battle between the National Conference and the PDP. Now, who will have the upper edge as far as Srinagar is concerned? The battle for Srinagar is between two young politicians. Take a look at hot seat Srinagar.
Election fever at Srinagar's iconic Lal Chowk, once an epicenter of separatist politics and a perpetual security hazard.
This is the first election in Kashmir in last over 3 decades, which is being fought without fear of violence or boycott calls by separatists. This election is not just about who wins or who loses. It is reviving politics that was in a state of suspended animation as Jammu and Kashmir is without an elected government for last 6 years.
The battle for Srinagar constituency is mainly between two young politicians, Agha Ruhullah Mehndi of National Conference and Wahidur Rahman Para of PDP. One is a victim of terrorism and the other was jailed on terror charges. Para was key player in BJP-PDP government's youth outreach program in Kashmir, but after scrapping off Article 370 in August 2019, he was booked under stringent anti-terror law UAPA, now out on bail.
You would get praise from the none other than the Home Minister of India for organizing major youth rallies at a time when things were horribly wrong in 2017, 16 and 18. But then you are the same person who is a terror accused, who is facing UAPA charges. How you would define yourself, a man who is being praised by the Home Minister for involving youth in the mainstream, or a terror accused?
I think this is story of every Kashmiri, every young Kashmiri who wants to express himself democratically. There are structural issues we face. Even the Home Minister of India, or the Chief, I was working directly with the Chief Minister Huawei closely. So irrespective of, we had so much of, like the Home Minister would openly say, will praise my work. But then you saw how I was treated. I was booked in 2 terror cases by NIA, by SIA, then, tortured, humiliated and kept in detention for like 2 years. I think this is what's happening to every Kashmiri, and this has historically happened to us. My message to people of India is that Kashmiris are like you. We are not born terrorists or stone pelters or militants.
National Conference candidate Agha Ruhullah's father, Agha Sayyid Mehdi, an influential Shia cleric, was killed in a deadly IED blast by terrorists in 2000. Agha's consistent stand on key issues and staunch opposition to revocation of Article 370 has won him praise even from political opponents, including main rival PDP. Despite being a victim of terrorism, he publicly apologizes for failing to stop migration of Kashmiri Pandits in 1990.
In your repeated, speeches, what you are talking about? You are talking about August 5, 2019 was a black day, and you don't accept, and people don't accept that decision. So you are saying that you will going to represent that voice in the parliament. Is it still a relevant issue for the people?
It is. You can see from the response of the people and the sentimental outbursts when you talk about it. You can see it in their tears and eyes. People have not forgotten how we were treated and how our dignity and rights were snatched from us, and that too undemocratically, without our asking for our consent and wish and will. So that was a humiliation for us as a nation. So it remains with us. It is relevant. It is relevant until we get our rights and dignity back.
Okay, so is Article 370 scrapping the central issue of your election campaigning?
It's not only the central issue, it's the driving force for my campaigning.
The Srinagar Lok Sabha seat is spread across 5 districts, from the Zojila Pass that separates the valley from Ladakh, and right up Peer Ki Gali or Peer Panjal mountains in South Kashmir. In Pulwama, which is part of Srinagar seat, it will be the first vote for these enthusiastic residents. In previous elections, they had boycotted polls.
पिछले इलेक्शन में आप लोगों ने वोट डाला था या बाइकआउट?
हमने नहीं डाला हमने बाइकआउट किया था उस वक्त नहीं डाला था वहीद साहब जैसे लीडर है ना जान है मैदान में हम इसकी जान है सबको वोट डालेंगे बाइकआउट किया था
If participation of people in election campaigning translates into votes, Srinagar constituency is expected to defeat boycott politics before electing its new MP. There are clear signs on the ground, and it appears people are leaving behind Srinagar's boycott legacy. In Srinagar, Nazir Masoodi for NDTV.
Some breaking news coming in from Karnataka. The JDS has submitted a memorandum to the Karnataka governor and has demanded investigation in the sex tape case. The JDS has said to the government that SIT is not doing a fair probe. Remember, it's the JDS MP Prajwal Revana and JDS MLA, his father HD Revana, those who are accused as far as this case is concerned, which has become a big political talking point as far as Karnataka's politics is concerned. Though the elections are over, but the heat continues. And at this moment, JDS has now sent this memorandum to the governor of Karnataka. Let's just listen in to HD Kumaraswamy.
Throughout the state, your workers are protesting, sir.
Our workers protesting. Why? The government machinery misusing by some certain friends. That's why actually they are protesting.
Sir, the matter has been proceeding legally, sir.
Nihal Kidwai, my colleague, is now joining us with more details on this. Nihal, how do we see this move? क्या मायने हैं? JDS के ऊपर प्रेशर बहुत है, कुमारस्वामी के ऊपर प्रेशर बहुत है, तो इस SIT probe के ऊपर वो सवाल उठा रहे हैं.
Kumaraswamy had said earlier that the SIT is not doing a fair job. What he had alleged that even Parjaval, on behalf of Parjaval Revanna, who is the mastermind of this alleged sex scandal, he had also filed a case against those who were spreading spreading and distributor who had distributed pen drives. So he wanted that those who are distributing it should be identified and action should be taken. But so far, no action has been taken. This is ground number one. The second thing, the Kumaraswamy had said earlier that the family driver Karthik, who is absconding, he had submitted his statement to the SIT, and after that he disappeared. He had given the statement on 30th of April. After that, his whereabouts are not known. So why SIT is not questioning him also and trying to find out that through whom pen drives were circulated? And that is why Kumaraswamy had said that they have lost faith in the SIT probe, and they want either it should be a judicial probe or the matter should be submitted to the CBI for the investigation. And today he approached the governor and he has submitted a memorandum. So now the thing is that there is even questions are being asked to the SIT that why they are not approaching the session court and requesting the session court to ask the Ministry of External Affairs to cancel Parjaval Revanna's diplomatic passport, because that is the only way how Parjaval Revanna's diplomatic passport can be cancelled. Once his passport is cancelled, it will be easier for the investigation agency to bring him back. But there is no clarity on part of that. That is why Kumaraswamy is saying that they have lost trust in the SIT probe.
Thank you so much for joining us with all those details. Nihal Kidwai reporting there from Bengaluru. Moving on now, today we delve into the groundbreaking innovation that's revolutionizing the healthcare access in India, particularly in the realm of non-communicable diseases. Here's a report by Ambika Singh.
India, grappling with the escalating burden of non-communicable diseases, faces a huge shortage of cardiologists. With only 5,500 specialists for 1.4 billion people, the need for innovative solutions becomes even more pressing. The hope here is for technology to bridge the gap. This is a digital stethoscope, a marvel of innovation combining artificial intelligence and machine learning. Developed in 2019, this device records and analyzes heart sounds, democratizing access to cardiac health assessment.
So AI Step is an AI-enabled stethoscope. It has got three key components: device, data and intelligence. The device collects 30 seconds of heart sounds and streams it via Bluetooth to a smartphone for visualization. Once the 30 seconds heart sound get uploaded to the cloud, our AI engine studies the heart sound signature pattern and identifies the presence or absence of murmur. Traditionally, doctors have been using stethoscope for decades together, but the diagnosis was just based on the acoustic output. And as you know, Indian OPDs are quite noisy, and some of these abnormal heart or lung sounds might be missed in the hustle bustle of the OPDs. So we bring in a fundamental shift in technology where we add visualization, and there is a phonocardiogram which gets generated at the end of 30 seconds. So what you might miss seeing, some of the nuanced heart sounds, won't get missed in the visualization.
Partnering with Path, AI Step has already made significant strides in rural Maharashtra, screening over 35,000 individuals for valvular heart disorders. Dr. Apurva Akre from Path shares insights on its impact.
AI Step was one of such innovative devices which is currently being deployed in 19 healthcare centers in Satara district. With minimal training, this device is currently being used in primary healthcare centers, Arogya Health Mandirs, school health checkups, as well as during some home visits. Detecting a murmur or detecting a abnormal heart sound, which is a highly skilled procedure commonly done by cardiologists, is currently being done by our frontline health workers like GNM, ANM staff, and even some ASHA workers. We were able to detect many cases for abnormal heart sounds, abnormal heart conditions, which were referred to higher centers and currently under treatment.
Deployed across medical institutions in Karnataka and Maharashtra, Airstrikes has garnered global recognition showcasing its potential at esteemed platforms like the World Health Assembly and G20 events. As we celebrate National Technology on May 11, let's salute the ingenuity driving healthcare accessibility, one heartbeat at a time.
I have a right to decide who will run my country for the next 5 years. And for that, I need to vote. So I pledge to vote, and I encourage all my family members, all my colleagues at Hyundai Motor India, and of course, all the citizens of my great country to go ahead and vote. Vote now and vote forever.
I have been casting my vote from the age of 18, and I encourage everyone to cast the vote rightly, judiciously, so that we have democratic excellence in India, leading to the positive outcomes and taking us towards a Sunehra Kal and Amrit Kal, which is the need of the hour.
Let me give you a very interesting piece of information. Ab see, information ho ya data, we store it in our storage drives. And usually we have multiple different options. I mean, external drives bhi hoti hain, we got SSDs, memory cards and whatnot. Now, usually you might have a drive capacity of, let's say, 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, 4 terabyte, etc. But आपको पता है what's the maximum possible capacity right now? I mean, what's the highest capacity hard drive available globally? The answer is it's from Seagate, and the storage capacity is 30 terabytes. It's just imagine एक drive है, a single piece can hold data worth 30 terabytes. अब अगर आपको लग रहा है what about SSDs, so let me give you another shocker, because it's from Nimbus and the Exa drive has a maximum capacity of 100 terabytes. Just imagine 100 TB की storage हमारे पास में एक SSD में है. एक टाइम था जब memory cards होते थे of 32 MB, 64 MB. Today we have memory cards going up to 1.5 terabytes. इतने से size में. And these kind of drives, वैसे अगर आपके पास में हो तो आप क्या स्टोर कर सकते हो? बेसिकली आई थिंक योर मतलब बचपन से लेके एंड तक जितना डेटा हम जनरेट करें, आई थिंक 100 टेराबाइट से ज़्यादा नहीं होने वाला है. सो वी कैन स्टोर एवरीथिंग इन वन प्लेस विद दीज काइंड ऑफ ड्राइव्स. डिड यू नो दिस? If yes, then amazing. If no, then please let me know by dropping in your emails to tg@ndtv.com.
It's the essence of democracy, and we stand firmly behind it. We are thrilled to join NDTV's pledge.
It's the world's biggest festival of the power of a vote and the power of a citizen.
It is a day we must answer our call to duty as citizens of India.
We get this opportunity to determine how our country will be governed.
It is this constitutional duty through which we can make a difference in our nation's future.
And make India always a better place than it was yesterday.
I certainly plan to vote as long as I'm able to vote.
We are joining NDTV's Pledge to Vote initiative.
Let us make democracy stronger by going out and exercising our franchise. Jai Hind.
as citizens, we must remember that voting is not only a privilege, but also our duty towards our nation. I, Akash Ori from the DLF Group, pledge to encourage my colleagues, their friends and family to vote for the government they believe in. This is the strength of our democracy.
This is NDTV, and you're watching NDTV 24/7.
Hello, Moto.
Amid the Air India Express route, deadline for protesting employees to join the work ends. Air India Express employees had also met the Labour Commissioner. 30 staffers have been sacked so far, 86 flights cancelled today. JDS knocks on governor's door, submits memorandum demanding fair probe by CBI. HDK versus DKS intensifies over pen drive leak. HDK has accused the CM and Deputy Chief Minister of conspiracy. Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister DKS hits out at JDS, says he's not a fool to leak the videos. Amid the Haryana political crisis, JJP and Congress have demanded for a floor test. Dushyant Chautala has written to the governor saying the BJP doesn't have numbers. Bhupender Hooda too pushes for president's rule. Markets continue to bleed. Sensex tanks over 1,000 points. Nifty 50 closes below 22K. Amid strained ties, Maldives Foreign Minister is in India. External Affairs Minister Jaishankar has called for reciprocal sensitivity. Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. My name is Kitty Behel. We have some breaking news now coming in. We're learning the ED in connection with the liquor scam probe has filed an affidavit in the Supreme Court, has said that the right to campaign is not a fundamental or constitutional as well as legal right. This is in response to Kejriwal's plea in the court. Remember, ED's affidavit now opposing Kejriwal's bail has been filed in the Supreme Court, where the ED has said that the Chief Minister's right to campaign is not a fundamental right. Well, the Chief Minister, remember, has applied for bail in connection with the liquor scam probe, as he's lodged in Tihar jail since some days now. And the ED now in its affidavit has said that the Chief Minister's right to campaign is not his constitutional right. Well, ED has said no one has been given bail for poll campaign. And so ED is now opposing Arvind Kejriwal's bail once again in the Supreme Court, filing an affidavit. The ED has said that the Chief Minister asking for right to campaign for the Lok Sabha polls is not his constitutional or even his legal right. That's the big breaking news now coming in at the moment. We'll try and get more details about this in just a bit. That's the latest at the moment that we are, the information that we're getting. ED also has said that the bail, if given to the Chief Minister, will set a bad precedent. The ED has said that no political leader has been given bail to campaign so far when not contesting. These are, the points that have been made by the Enforcement Directorate in the affidavit that it has filed in the Supreme Court. Well, one of the important points that have been made here is that while opposing Arvind Kejriwal's plea in the apex court, the ED has said that his right to campaign is not a fundamental constitutional or legal right. And the ED has said if given bail, this will create a precedent which would permit all unscrupulous politicians to commit crimes, avoid investigation under the garb of election. Remember, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal is lodged in Tihar jail and in connection with the liquor scam case, and he's gone to the Supreme Court asking for bail. Well, the ED has made it clear that if given bail to the chief minister, it's going to set a bad precedent, and no political leader has been given bail to campaign so far. Well, that is the latest coming in. ED has told the Supreme Court that the right to campaign for an election is neither a fundamental right nor a constitutional right, and not even a legal right. ED has further said in its affidavit that no political leader has been granted interim bail for campaigning, even though he is not the contesting candidate. Well, that is the latest coming in at the moment. Well, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has approached the Supreme Court, but the ED has once again now opposing its bail, has said that it is going to set a bad precedent. All right, Aam Aadmi Party supporter Huda Zariwala also now joins us on the broadcast. Huda Zariwala, what would you say? The ED in its affidavit that has been filed in the Supreme Court opposing Arvind Kejriwal's bail plea has said that no political leader has been given bail to campaign, even when not contesting. And right to campaign is not a chief minister's fundamental or legal right. What would you say to that?
Well, good afternoon. Absolutely. As true as that may be, we also need to understand that the ED has, arrested the chief minister and put him behind bars at a very crucial time, which is the time for the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. Again, this was not a new case. This has been going on for about 2 years now. Multiple Aam Aadmi Party leaders were actually arrested in the case. Sanjay Singh ji just recently got a bail because the ED could not oppose it. So in a similar situation, even Arvind Kejriwal ji eventually will get a bail. As far as this current situation is concerned, campaigning is extremely crucial because, again, this election is very different from the ones that have been happening before. This is an India bloc, India Gadbandhan election wherein, a chief minister that has power in two different states, being Delhi, UT Delhi and Punjab. This is a very important chief minister that we're talking about. The courts clearly do not have anything against him. No money trail has yet been established. There is no proceeds of crime that are discovered so far by the ED. The ED keeps saying that, that we have established new witnesses and, brought in new approvers and all of that. But so far, where is the credibility of the ED? We all know how draconian of a law this PMLA is. We know that the burden of proof in this case lies on the accused, and the court of law clearly says that any person is innocent until proven guilty, except that in the PMLA, it is the other way around. So obviously, this is going to be a tricky situation. The courts do have their concern that even if he is out on bail, he will not be allowed to actively run the government and be a part of it. That may be the case, but him being granted
but you do understand
bail,
the court has also said that even if Arvind Kejriwal gets campaign bail, he can't. He should be kept away from his official duties. He can't perform his official duties also if he is given bail, because it would lead to conflict. So that remains clear here, that ED, of course, is opposing at the moment, Arvind Kejriwal's bail plea, where he's asked for, bail from the court to campaign. But even if he gets that, he can't even perform his official duty. So his hands are tied from both sides.
But then again, we are talking about Arvind Kejriwal ji, who has been a sitting chief minister of Delhi, is very much the chief minister of the Delhi government. He is not a hardcore criminal. There are no hardcore charges against him. The ED is yet to prove the charges that it has levied, all the allegations that have been put across for the Aam Aadmi Party, for Arvind Kejriwal ji. So even if he's out on interim bail, there is no harm that is going to be caused in any way possible. If anything, he is going to be a very crucial part of the campaigning as far as the official duties are concerned. That is something that, if he's not being able to perform, obviously will be, a situation that is going to be difficult, since he is the sitting chief minister of Delhi, even now.
All right. of course, taken into context, but the court, we do understand, has already made it clear that there is not going to be a different law that is going to be followed for politicians. And it was considering whether the case fell in the category of exceptional circumstance. Only then, the bail could be granted to Arvind Kejriwal. But the court today has said that the right to campaign, well, the ED in the affidavit in the court has said right to campaign is not a fundamental right, and so Arvind Kejriwal should not be given bail. Shazia Ilmi of the BJP also joins us on the broadcast. Shazia Ilmi, what would you say to the developments now that have taken place? ED in its affidavit filed in the Supreme Court opposing Kejriwal's plea has said that right to campaign is not a fundamental, constitutional or legal right.
Absolutely. We've just heard and seen as to what ED's plea is. And ED has made it very clear that the right to campaign for an election is not a fundamental right, it's not a constitutional right, and it's also not a legal right. And ED has also made it clear, and we all know that, that no political leader ever has been granted this kind of interim bail for the purpose of campaigning. Now, if you look at all the cases, whether it's Soren matter, Hemant Soren, or Lalu Prasad Yadav, or even Jayalalitha, these are all the sitting, chief ministers who had cases of corruption against them, and who were later, one of them was convicted, and the cases went on, and they were different cases, but all along the same lines as Kejriwal, which is matters of corruption. So none of them got any bail whatsoever on the grounds that they had to go and campaign and do party work. So I think it's a stretching law too far as Aam Aadmi Party and their council hopes and seeks from Indian judiciary today and at this point of time. And our leaders have used the same excuse, for the longest period, whether it is about avoiding the summons, whether it's, when it came to avoiding the summons, they kept saying there were elections in 5 states and there was Lok Sabha election, there is this, that and the other. So they always use this as an excuse. And if the courts were to consider this, I think indeed, and I would agree, that this would set a very unhealthy precedent. And this precedent will kind of give a lot of leeway and leniency to corrupt and unscrupulous politicians.
Okay, so Ms. Ilmi, would you help us understand why does the Aam Aadmi Party keep crying foul then? Well, the court also, we have seen in the past few days, have made some strong observations in the case, saying that there can't be a different law followed for politicians. It's only going to consider if there is any exceptional circumstance, if the case fell in the category of that. Well, why does the Aam Aadmi Party keep crying foul here and says the BJP is basically making the ED and, other central agencies do all of this?
This is all they can do. They know very well that everybody knows that our leaders have been complicit in this big scam. And this is exactly why Manish Sisodia has been denied bail, not once, but on different levels, starting from the Sessions Court to High Court to even Supreme Court. And that has gone on since February of last year. So we're looking at a period of more than 16 months here. You look at Satendra Jain in another matter, again a matter to do with corruption. He has been inside the jail for the longest period. And not just that, there have been many other arrests and they have put together and there is an entire maze of evidence that has come forth, and on that basis, Kejriwal, because of new statements that were unearthed and gave and shone light on the fact that Arvind Kejriwal was also very much part of this excise scam.
Okay.
So now to cry foul, it's very sad, but it's just the standard policy of playing the victim card.
Okay, they're playing the victim card, you're saying. Well, all right. Let me take a response from Ms. Huda Zariwala as well on that. Before I go to my correspondent Ishika here. Ms. Huda Zariwala, would you like to say something on that?
Well, none of the proceeds of crime have been established. Nothing has yet been proven against either Arvind Kejriwal or any of the leaders that are arrested from the Aam Aadmi Party. So this is We've been saying it from the beginning. We will keep saying it, that this is a political conspiracy, a clear-cut case of political vendetta, wherein, unfortunately, the burden of proof is on Arvind Kejriwal ji, and then he, nothing substantial has been brought forth by the ED. We have seen how witnesses have been manipulated. We have seen how people who, managed to give...
Okay, that's the charge by the Aam Aadmi Party. We really do not know about that. The ED so far has been claiming that it has concrete evidence and proof with it that establishes its claims. All right, thank you so much, Ms. Huda Zariwala and Ms. Shazia Ilmi for joining us here on the broadcast. That much time we had on the broadcast today. Let me go across to my colleague Ishika also here. Ishika, what more details are coming out of the court now?
Well, in fact, now the Enforcement Directorate had submitted the affidavit, and there very important 3 points have been mentioned by the ED. And number one is that, the right to campaign in election is not a fundamental right. It is not a constitutional right also. And in fact, other than that, the ED also has said in its affidavit that no political leader has been granted interim bail for campaigning, and Arvind Kejriwal is not even contesting elections. So Enforcement Directorate saying that this will be the first time that any politician will be getting an interim bail for campaigning in elections. Now the Enforcement Directorate has also said that this will in fact also create a bad precedent where it will permit all the unscrupulous politicians to commit crimes and avoid investigation in the garb of election. Now these are the points, in fact, even on the day of the hearing, we heard from the Enforcement Directorate side, they were saying, that the Chief Minister should not be treated any different than that of a common man, and also that political campaigning is not that important. But on the other hand, we have also heard how court itself had said that this is an extraordinary case since the Chief Minister does not have any case against him, any other cases against him. Now, certainly that had raised the hopes of the Aam Aadmi Party, and it is, expected that tomorrow the order on the interim bail of Arvind Kejriwal will be out. So whether or not Arvind Kejriwal gets relief, that will certainly be, something that we'll have to wait and watch for. But the Aam Aadmi Party here, claiming that Arvind Kejriwal has done nothing wrong. This is just a frivolous case, a false case that has been, that is just yet another conspiracy of the BJP, is what the Aam Aadmi Party goes on to say. And certainly, if Arvind Kejriwal gets relieved, it will boost the morale of the Aam Aadmi Party for their campaigning in the election.
Absolutely.
So
well, yes, will Arvind Kejriwal get relief or not? That remains to be seen. The order, as you said, is expected tomorrow. We'll keep an eye on that. Thank you so much, Ishika, for getting us all those details. We'll request you to kindly stay on with us. We have some more news now that is coming in at the moment. We are learning amid the ongoing tussle between the Air India Express and its crew members, leading to disruptions in flight operations today and also the termination of 30 crew members. Air India Express had given an ultimatum to the cabin crew members reporting sick to join back duty by 4 p.m. today or risk termination. Now the deadline has ended. Remember, at least 86 flights have been cancelled today due to the mass sick leaves. The Delhi Labour Commissioner had also called both parties, Air India Express airline management and the protesting employees, for a meeting today. Well, the carrier has also fired 30 cabin crew members who reported sick, that led to the cancellation of dozens of flights. All right, my colleague Ishika with us on the broadcast here, getting us more on that. Ishika, so the deadline has ended now. What happens next?
Well, as in fact, as you rightly mentioned, the Air India Express had in fact issued an ultimatum to all of these employees who, as a matter of silent protest, had taken a mass sick leave, which impacted the operations. Now, the Air India Express had said that if they do not join their duties by 4 p.m. today, as per the roster that has been prepared, then the management can take action. Let me also tell you that the Air India Express has already sacked around 30 of its employees today itself. So now, in fact, if we talk about, just short while after this, there will be a town hall meeting also that will be held between the management and the employees, where in fact, it is expected that a decision is likely to be taken there, and also the concerns will yet again be raised by the employees union.
Okay,
but
Ishika,
first, let me tell you that
I'm sorry to interrupt you here. Could you also tell us, did the crew members, any of them report to duty? Has anybody come forward? Has anybody come to join work, or are they still protesting?
Well, an update on that is likely to be shared in short time from now. We'll be able to get as to if the employees have come back to join their work or not in a short while from now. But first, let me tell you that today, in fact, another meeting is being held in the national capital in the Labour Commission, where, where in fact we are seeing that the management, the Air India Express management and the Air India Express employee unions have been called to discuss over this crisis. Because remember, we have seen the kind of support that has poured in for the employee union from the Labour Commission side, with the regional Labour Commissioner saying that mismanagement and in fact blatant violations of labour laws were apparent, and a high-level committee needs to be formed to, in fact, to address the grievances of these employees. So certainly it is going to boost the morale of the employees also just before the town hall meeting. Remember that town hall meeting is very crucial, because that, will clear the stand of the management, because the pressure is already amping up on them, with the Ministry of Civil Aviation also seeking a report. And after the town hall meeting, it will be clear as to what will be the stand also of the management, and also if the employees are coming back to join their duties or not. Over to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Ishika, for getting us all those details there. We'll keep an eye on the developments there and get you more in just a bit. Well, with that, it's time for a short break here. More continues on the other side. Stay tuned.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola, India's best 5G smartphone brand.
In the heat and dust of politics, perspective should not get lost. Watch me decipher hard politics through an academic lens, only on NDTV.
दुनिया के सबसे बड़े लोकतंत्र का वो चुनाव जो देश और दुनिया को बदलने की ताकत रखता है। सरकार बनाएंगे करीब 100 करोड़ लोग, जिससे तय होंगे पीएम, पॉलिसी और फ्यूचर। इस सबसे बड़े चुनाव की बड़ी बातों को डिकोड करने के लिए मेरे साथ होंगे देश के जाने माने एक्सपर्ट्स। देश के चुनिंदा शहरों से एनडीटीवी की सबसे बड़ी पेशकश बैटल ग्राउंड देखिए मेरे साथ सिर्फ एनडीटीवी पर, क्योंकि चुनाव मतलब एनडीटीवी।
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Elections क्या हैं?
Election is basically a reality TV show
जिससे बिग बॉस
Welcome back after the break. It's bad news for the markets today. BSE Sensex and Nifty plunged in trade as bears went on rampage on the Dalal Street. While BSE Sensex crashed over 1,000 points, Nifty 50 settled below 22,000. The Sensex and Nifty have extended losses as concerns over the general elections persisted. Well, that is the latest that's coming in. It's been a bad Thursday for the markets today. Joining us on the broadcast is Agam Vakil. He is anchor and senior research analyst, editorial NDTV Profit. Mr. Agam Vakil, what would you say? It's been a bad day for the markets, as we've been saying. What are the reasons behind it?
It was a tough day of trade for everyone who was long in Indian equity markets because the key benchmark, the Nifty 50, lost out on the 22,000 level. In fact, it closed well below that mark today. And the reason why that particular level is important is because the first phase of polling for this ongoing general election began on the 19th of April, and that was also around the level at which the Nifty closed today, which means that the Nifty in this period made a new lifetime high and then retraced by well over 3% in the same time. Why is this happening? Well, there certainly is a lot of nervousness with respect to not just the earnings season, but potentially the outcome of the general elections. Remember that every time we move into a period of general elections, there is increased volatility, and this perhaps is just one of those instances where we have seen a sharp spike in volatility and has also led to a little bit of weakness. It remains to be seen whether or not we do in fact see some sort of recovery over the course of the next few weeks, but at the moment a lot of market participants are certainly becoming a little bit more nervous with respect to several of these factors. In today's day of trade, a lot of the weakness was on account of heavyweight companies like HDFC Bank, Reliance Industries, as well as something like Larsen & Toubro. And once again, we're going to keep an eye on these very companies to perhaps see some sort of recovery going in. For now, markets remain weak, and it's a wait and watch in this one.
All right, there has been broad-based selling also across sectors that was witnessed today because of the slump in the market, both in Sensex and Nifty. Thank you so much, Agam, for getting us all those details there. With that, it's time for a short break here. More continues on the other side.
GoPro.
36 lakh farmer families affiliated with Amul across 18,600 villages of Gujarat have pledged to vote with their families during these elections. I would also urge you to take this pledge and vote as a part of the democratic process of our country.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. "10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity. Energize our government, our environment, our society, and ourselves. Everyone, everywhere, every day. Banega Swasth India, one world hygiene."
A debate has many facets, perhaps no one.
Amid the Air India Express route, deadline for protesting employees to join work ends. Air India Express employees have also met the Labour Commissioner. 30 staffers sacked so far, 86 flights cancelled. JDS knocks on governor's door, submits memorandum demanding a fair probe by CBI. HDK versus DKS intensifies over pen drive leak. HD Kumaraswamy has accused the Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister of conspiracy. Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister DKS hits out at the JDS. DK Shivakumar says he's not a fool to leak the videos. Is a flow test imminent in Haryana? Haryana political crisis deepens. JJP, Congress have demanded for a flow test. Dushyant Chautala has written to the governor saying the BJP doesn't have the numbers. Markets continue to bleed. Sensex tanks over 1,000 points. Nifty 50 closes below 22,000. Amid strained ties, the Maldives foreign minister is in India. External Affairs Minister Jaishankar has called for reciprocal sensitivity. JDS leader H.D. Kumaraswamy has met Governor Thawarchand Gehlot in connection with the sex tapes case involving JDS MP Prajwal Revanna. We are learning H.D. Kumaraswamy has now submitted a memorandum and has demanded a fair probe by the CBI in the case. H.D. Kumaraswamy has alleged that the SIT wasn't transparently investigating the matter. Well, the former Chief Minister led a delegation to the Governor House to register a complaint. Well, remember, H.D. Kumaraswamy has also accused Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and Deputy Chief Minister DK Shivakumar of conspiracy and has claimed that over 25,000 pen drives containing sex videos were distributed before polls. Well, the JDS and the Congress party have locked horns over who leaked the sex videos, while DKS has said he's not a fool to leak the videos, with the JDS and the BJP blaming him. JDS instead has said that it's DKS who's responsible for all this mess, while DKS has said it's H.D. Kumaraswamy who's done it all. Listen to reactions coming in.
Without taking proper step, without doing any fair inquiry, the way in which they are conducting the inquiry from last 5-6 days, from 21st to April 21st, what this government and government representatives and Congress, what they have done by circulating the pen drives. Then what are the developments after that? How they are taken action against the persons who distributed the pen drives. How they silent about those people. Everything we briefed him. We requested him to request the central government to conduct a fair inquiry from central government. Yes, Nane ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸರು, ನಾನೇ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ರು, ನಾನೇ ಕಥಾನಾಯಕರು. ಏಕೆಂದರೆ ಬಹುಶಃ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಮಲಯಾಳಿ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ ಬಂತಲ್ಲ ರವಿಚಂದ್ರನ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ, ಈ ಥರದ್ದು ಸ್ಟೋರಿಗಳು ಸಿನಿಮಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಇಂಥ ಸ್ಟೋರಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಕಥಾನಾಯಕನೂ ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, ಒಬ್ಬ ಕಥಾನಾಯಕ ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡವ್ರಲ್ವಾ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರು. ಸಂತೋಷ, ಕಥಾನಾಯಕನಾಗಿ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡವ್ರೆ, ಇರಲಿ ಬನ್ನಿ.
All right, my colleague Pratibha also now joins us on the broadcast, getting us more on that. Pratibha, the issue seems to have escalated with now JDS leader H.D. Kumaraswamy meeting the governor and asking for him for a fair probe by the CBI. What more details are coming out? What happened in that meeting?
In fact, there was a core committee meeting that took place with all the JDS leaders, post which H.D. Kumaraswamy, the state president of the party, did submit a memorandum to the Karnataka governor asking for a free and fair probe. In fact, this is not the first time that he is making such statements. For the last 3-4 days, Kumaraswamy has been lashing out against the Congress. On one part, we are talking about the controversial videos revolving around the first of the JDS, but on the other, there is the JDS accusing the Congress of being responsible for leaking those controversial videos in the first place, unmindful of the identity of the victims. And they have been specifically pointing fingers at the Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister, Mr. D.K. Shivakumar. In fact, D.K. Shivakumar has also been giving strong statements against the JDS as well as H.D. Kumaraswamy. So a whole new political blame game playing out there between D.K. Shivakumar and H.D. Kumaraswamy there. But in the meantime, there is also the bail hearing of H.D. Revanna that is underway at the court. All eyes are on whether H.D. Revanna would secure the bail or not. He's currently in judicial custody, while at the same time there is also a question about Prajwal Revanna's return, because it is Prajwal Revanna who is the key accused as far as the controversial videos are concerned. Back to you.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much, Pratibha, for getting us all those details. Well, my colleague Pratibha has also spoken to Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister DK Shivakumar. This is an exclusive conversation we've had with DKS on this case. He said that he's not a fool to leak the videos and JDS sees him as a threat. That is why they're levelling such allegations against him. Listen in.
We have with us Deputy CM of Karnataka, Mr. DK Shivakumar. Sir, now that the elections are over in Karnataka, what are the prospects of the Congress here?
Congress will win a comfortable more than 20 seats in Karnataka. We are very happy that the entire party, the voters of Karnataka, felt that we have promised whatever we have promised, we have delivered, and better than the assembly election, I am confident this election will go through.
So one of the biggest election controversies has also been the Prajwal Revanna case, with allegations against you saying that you could have been responsible for leaking the videos.
I am not a fool or I am not a mad. I am no way connected to it. It is their blunder, it is their hit wicket, and you know what the Chief Minister had spoken, the former Chief Minister has spoken. I am no way connected to it, and it is all their own blunder what they have made themselves. See, we do politics in a straight way. We not, but instead of speaking all these things, the BJP knew everything, he knew everything, Kumar Swami, they would have protected their own this one. They are putting onus on. In what way we are connected? In what way we are no way connected? Already Kumar Swami said that it is his, he doesn't have, he has distanced himself from his father and his brother. Now why is he speaking on this? It is all his own. He is the actor, he is the director, he is the distributor.
So are you worried about the political fallout because the JDS is targeting you?
No, naturally, because they feel I am a threat to them. They feel that they are a threat to them. They naturally target whom? They can't target people who goes on the street. More the strong, more the enemies. Less strong, less enemies. No strong, no enemies.
So was the Congress aware of these allegations?
We are not aware of these allegations. We never knew about this. We never knew. Let them do whatever they make. It is the BJP and them. They are the partners. Let them do whatever they want.
Thank you so much, sir. That was Mr. DK Shivakumar talking about the allegations against him of leaking the videos, saying that it is definitely not the Congress that was aware of these allegations earlier. With camera person Govind, Pratibha Raman in Bengaluru for NDTV.
All right, shifting our focus now to Haryana. Amid the Haryana political crisis, sources have told NDTV that JJP MLAs have reached out to the BJP. Sources are also telling NDTV that 3 to 4 JJP MLAs have met former Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar. This is some exclusive information that's coming out at the moment. Sources have also told NDTV that a meeting has taken place at Haryana minister's residence, that is in Panipat. In Panipat, Mahipal Danda's residence is where this meeting has taken place. 3 to 4 JJP MLAs now have met former Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar. This is a new twist now coming in at the moment amid the political crisis that is going on in Haryana at the moment. A big twist now coming in. Let me go across to my colleague Gurpreet here. He's getting us more details here. Gurpreet, what more details are coming out? We're learning now a meeting has taken place between 3 to 4 JJP MLAs who've reached out. Former Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar. This meeting took place in Panipat at the residence of a minister.
Well, that is the new twist which we have already seen, that how this political Trinamool in Haryana is changing day by day. We have seen some of the JJP MLAs, they have already held a meeting with the former Chief Minister ML Khattar at Panipat, and now it seems various political angles are being probed by these political leaders. Also, one side JJP Neta, he has already written a letter to the Governor Haryana Haryana, saying that there is need for the floor test. On the other hand, we have seen the Congress Neta, the former Chief Minister of Haryana, Bhupinder Singh Hooda, he has also demanded that there is need to hold a floor test, and he has also sought an appointment from Haryana Governor. So let's see that how this political crisis which is happening in state, how it is going to be unfolded in coming days. Back to studio.
Okay, Gurpreet, could you also help us understand what are the numbers? How do the numbers stand at the moment with the BJP, the JJP, and amid this crisis that is prevailing in the state? Where does the BJP stand at the moment? The BJP so far is saying the government is stable. There is no cause for concern.
Well, if we can see the mathematics of Haryana politics, as of now, what we have learned, BJP has 40 MLA on its own and 3 independent MLAs who are supporting BJP. So total number is 43, whereas the magic number is 45. It seems that 2 MLAs are short of this magic number, and that is the race why we have seen that multiple leaders are talking to multiple MLAs so that they will be able to get their support. And if we can talk about the Congress side, Congress has 30 seats and 10 is from JJP. And if all the opposition leaders, including INLD and others, they are going to get united, then they have a magic number 45. So they are in a position to form a government. But at the same time, we have seen the BJP says that the government is stable, and some of the MLAs, they are already in touch with the BJP. So that's why if right now, if we can calculate, it seems that the BJP is short of majority. BJP needs at least 2 MLAs to complete this magic figure.
Okay.
But let's see that how these things will be unfolded and how this political drama will be playing in the state of Haryana.
Absolutely. We'll keep an eye on that. Let's also now listen into Dushyant Chautala. He had spoken to the media earlier and, well, he's made some really strong claims. Listen into what he said.
2 महीने पहले जो सरकार बनी थी, आज वो अल्पमत में चली गई है क्योंकि उनको सपोर्ट करने वाले 2 MLAs, एक भारतीय जनता पार्टी का, एक निर्दलीय ने इस्तीफा दे दी, और 3 MLAs इंडिपेंडेंट जो सपोर्ट कर रहे थे उनने अपना सपोर्ट विड्रॉ कर लिया गवर्नमेंट से, गवर्नर को लिख दिया। जननायक जनता पार्टी ने खुल के कहा है कि अगर इस सरकार के खिलाफ अविश्वास प्रस्ताव आता है तो हम बाहर से उसका पूरा समर्थन करेंगे, और इसके लिए महामहिम राज्यपाल को लिखित तौर पर भी हमने भेजा है और ये मांग करी है कि संविधान के अनुसार ये पावर महामहिम के पास है कि वो फ्लोर टेस्ट के लिए आदेश सरकार को दे।
खाली है जेजेपी कह रहे हैं कि 1 मिनट का भी काम नहीं था, ये तो जाके जो काम नहीं था राज्यपाल से जाके मिलते जेजेपी, तो ये कह रही है कांग्रेस तुरंत राज्यपाल से मिलती। नहीं, कांग्रेस ने कह दिया, कांग्रेस ने कह रखा है, लेकिन हमारे एमएलए में कोई वो नहीं है। ये बात है जो इनका गठबंधन था, गठबंधन तोड़ने का भी समझौता हुआ था। आज लोग समझ चुके हैं मुकाबला सीधा कांग्रेस का और बीजेपी का है, बाकी वोट काटो। सर जेजेपी कह रहे हैं कि भूपेंद्र सिंह हुड्डा जो बजट सत्र में जो अविश्वास प्रस्ताव लाए वो बीजेपी के कहने से लाए, ताकि अब अविश्वास प्रस्ताव आता है 6 महीने नहीं मिलते जो है। ये भी है, उनको पता ही नहीं है क्या कानून है। अब सेशन बुलाए बहुमत करें, और जो कह रहे हैं हमारा बहुमत है तो परेड करें बहुमत की गवर्नर के सामने। हमारे इतने एमएलए हैं
आपने काम नहीं करवाया, उनका कहना हम नगोट में सकती हो, हमारे काम छोड़ दो, मोदी जी के काम देखो, मोदी जी के नाम पर वोट मांगना है। तो उनका बीजेपी का रिप्लाई हुआ है कि इसे अगर कांग्रेस वाले हैं तो अपना काम बंद है। हमारा ये है, हमारा काम देखो, काम पे वोट दो। तो आप क्या काम देखो ना, काम पे वोट दो। तो उनका कहना है मोदी के नाम पर वोट मांगा तो राहुल गांधी है। अपनी उपलब्धि कोई नहीं होगी, जब किसी की अपनी उपलब्धि नहीं है तो किस नाम पे वोट देंगे? सर मोदी की मानो व्यक्तिगत सवाल नहीं है, व्यक्तिगत सवाल है उपलब्धि क्या है। चाहते तो सरकार को 1 घंटे में गिरा सकते हैं, मुद्दों की बात तो वैसे क्या रहेगी सरकार के का स्वागत करते हैं।
All right, that was the press brief coming in from Bhupendra Hooda there. A lot of active developments are taking place in Haryana at the moment. We'll keep an eye on the developments. Meanwhile, we have some more information are coming in with regards to the comments made by Congress leader Sam Pitroda earlier. BJP workers are now staging protest against the Congress party in Karnataka. Well, those are the latest visuals now coming in at the moment of the BJP staging a protest in Karnataka at the moment against the remarks that were made by Congress leader Sam Pitroda. Remember, Sam Pitroda also had to resign from his post. He was the Congress's overseas wing chief earlier and an advisor to Rahul Gandhi, but he's resigned from his post of Congress's overseas wing head, and that is after he had made a controversial remark while participating in an interview to the Statesman where he said people from the east look like Chinese and people from the south of India look like Africans. This was the remark made by Congress leader Sam Pitroda, which definitely caused major embarrassment to the Congress party. And this was not the first time that he made such a remark. It was after the inheritance tax controversy that had erupted just a while back. This was the second comment now made by Sam Pitroda that landed the party in trouble. Now the BJP is staging protest against the Congress party, and with that banner in their hands, the BJP workers of the banner of Sam Pitroda in their hands, they're staging the protest here in Karnataka. This is in Karnataka's Bengaluru. We're learning the protests are taking place at the moment. We'll get more on that in just a bit. That is the latest coming in. Well, a number of BJP workers have gathered here in Bengaluru staging protest against the Congress party and the remarks that were made by Sam Pitroda earlier. Remember, big developments have taken place ever since the remark that was the insensitive statement that was made by Sam Pitroda, the racist comment that was made by Sam Pitroda, after which he had to resign from his post. And now the BJP is staging protest in Bengaluru at the moment, doesn't want to let the issue die down here that the BJP, of course, is signaling here. All right, my colleague Pratibha now joins us on the broadcast, getting us more on that. Pratibha, BJP workers there in Bengaluru staging protest against the Congress party and the remarks that were made by Sam Pitroda earlier. Sam Pitroda has, of course, resigned from his post, but the BJP looks like is in no mood to let the issue die down.
Well, definitely not. They are in no mood at all. In fact, even though Sam Pitroda may have offered to resign from the post, but then there is a clear difference between sacking him and him resigning from the post. These are two different things. This is the statements that we are picking up from the BJP. The BJP Yuva Morcha members who have been staging protests here at Bengaluru's Freedom Park, all of them gathered, issuing statements and raising slogans against the encouragement that has been provided to Sam Pitroda by the Congress, and that they have been stating that even though they hail from southern India and have been compared to being looking like Africans, color doesn't really matter. Even though these racist statements do not really affect them, the matter that has definitely angered them is the fact that descendants are being questioned. Are we really a descendant of India or not? And how can this be looked at as an insult to India or not? These are the kind of questions that have been raised, as well as slogans that have been raised by the BJP Yuva Morcha here. Definitely not letting the issue to get doused at this point in time, because this has definitely irked not just India but even the BJP. Are the statements that we are picking up here during these protests, and they've been stating that these protests would only continue until the Congress decides to discontinue all its ties with Sam Pitroda.
Okay, well, that happens or not, that remains to be seen. Any reaction that is coming in from the Congress party so far, Pratibha, on that?
The Congress has been pretty tight-lipped on this issue, but definitely we would be trying to see if we could get some reaction now that the protests are being staged and that the BJP has warned that these protests would continue to go on relentlessly from here on. But we're waiting to pick up reactions from the Congress, but so far absolutely no word from them maintaining a safe distance from the entire controversy.
All right. Thank you so much, Pratibha, for getting us all those details there. Well, the Congress definitely tried to douse the fire by distancing itself from the entire controversy, but the damage perhaps was already done with Sam Pitroda making those racist remarks, saying that people from the east of India look like Chinese, while those who are in the north of India, they look like they are white, and people from west look like they're Arabs, and people in down south look like Africans. That was the insensitive comment, racist comment made by Sam Pitroda, after which he had to resign from his post of Congress's overseas wing head. Well, he's been an advisor to Rahul Gandhi also, and the BJP has upped the ante against the Congress party now, saying that it must sever all ties with Sam Pitroda, which it hasn't done so far. Well, that is the latest coming in at the moment. We'll get you more on that in just a bit. Shifting our focus now to some more news that we're tracking. Union Minister Amit Shah is hit out of the AIMM, BRS and the Congress party over appeasement politics in Telangana. He's raised the vote for jihad versus vote for welfare charge against the Congress party. Meanwhile, in Raebareli, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra targeted MIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi, accusing him of working directly with the BJP. Listen in.
भाइयों और बहनों, कांग्रेस, मजलिस और बीआरएस, ये तीनों एपीसमेंट का ट्रायंगल है। ये लोग रामनवमी का जुलूस नहीं निकलने देते हैं। ये लोग हैदराबाद विमोचन दिन नहीं मनाने देते हैं। ये लोग सीएए का विरोध करते हैं। ये लोग यहाँ पर सरिया के आधार पर, कुरान के आधार पर तेलंगाना चलाना चाहते हैं।
मैं बार बार आपको यही कह रही हूँ, असदुद्दीन ओवैसी जी सीधा सीधा भाजपा के साथ काम कर रहे हैं। जहाँ जहाँ भाजपा को जरूरत है कि वो किसी को खड़ा कर दें, बाकी पार्टियों को पीछे रखने के लिए वो कर रहे हैं। ये बात बहुत स्पष्ट हो गई है। तेलंगाना के चुनाव में ये बात बहुत स्पष्ट हो गई है।
All right, we'll get you more on that in just a bit. It's time for a short break here. More on the other side.
The 2024 Lok Sabha polls are crucial for the future of this country. Having covered elections for 35 years, I hope to cut through the cacophony of a long, hot summer campaign and help to understand and decode the issues, the challenges, and finally, the outcome.
As citizens of this great nation, we have the power to shape its future. And one of the most crucial ways we can do that is by casting our vote. It's not just a right for every citizen, it's a responsibility. A responsibility to ourselves, to our communities, and to our country. So, I urge all of you to exercise your right to vote. I always ensure that I fulfill this duty to our country.
आईपीएल का हल्ला बल्ला और सबसे शानदार कवरेज सिर्फ एनडीटीवी पर।
In our country, we choose our leaders, we decide who is going to be ruling the country, and it is something which is both a fantastic right, privilege, and we should also see it as our constitutional duty. So this election, I am going to be there, and I hope you all will join me in casting your vote too.
Data drives our understanding of any election. What does a dip in voting percentage mean? What are the big factors to watch out for this poll season? Join me, Amitav Tiwari, in a data deep dive only on NDTV, where we decode and simplify the data for you.
The biggest carnival of democracy, India's general election.
Welcome back after the break. We delve into a groundbreaking innovation today that's revolutionizing healthcare access in India, particularly in the realm of non-communicable diseases. Here's a report by Ambika Singh. Take a look.
India, grappling with the escalating burden of non-communicable diseases, faces a huge shortage of cardiologists. With only 5,500 specialists for 1.4 billion people, the need for innovative solutions becomes even more pressing. The hope here is for technology to bridge the gap. This is a digital stethoscope, a marvel of innovation combining artificial intelligence and machine learning. Developed in 2019, this device records and analyzes heart sounds, democratizing access to cardiac health assessment.
So AI Steth is an AI-enabled stethoscope. It has got three key components: device, data and intelligence. The device collects 30 seconds of heart sounds and streams it via Bluetooth to a smartphone for visualization. Once the 30 seconds heart sound get uploaded to the cloud, our AI engine studies the heart sound signature pattern and identifies the presence or absence of murmur. Traditionally, doctors have been using stethoscope for decades together, but the diagnosis was just based on the acoustic output. And as you know, Indian OPDs are quite noisy, and some of these abnormal heart or lung sounds might be missed in the hustle bustle of the OPDs. So we bring in a fundamental shift in technology where we add visualization, and there is a phonocardiogram which gets generated at the end of 30 seconds. So what you might miss seeing, some of the nuanced heart sounds, won't get missed in the visualization.
Partnering with Path, AI Steth has already made significant strides in rural Maharashtra, screening over 35,000 individuals for valvular heart disorders. Dr. Apurva Akre from Path shares insights on its impact.
AI Steth was one of such innovative devices which is currently being deployed in 19 healthcare centers in Satara district. With minimal training, this device is currently being used in primary healthcare centers, Arogya Health Mandirs, school health checkups, as well as during some home visits. Detecting a murmur or detecting a abnormal heart sound, which is a highly skilled procedure commonly done by cardiologists, is currently being done by our frontline health workers like GNM, ANM staff, and even some ASHA workers. We were able to detect many cases for abnormal heart sounds, abnormal heart conditions, which were referred to higher centers and currently under treatment.
Deployed across medical institutions in Karnataka and Maharashtra, AI Steth has garnered global recognition showcasing its potential at esteemed platforms like the World Health Assembly and G20 events. As we celebrate National Technology on May 11, let's salute the ingenuity driving healthcare accessibility, one heartbeat at a time.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola, India's best 5G smartphone brand.
It's the essence of democracy, and we stand firmly behind it.
We are thrilled to join NDTV's pledge.
It's the world's biggest festival of the power of a vote and the power of a citizen.
It is a day we must answer our call to duty as citizens of India.
We get this opportunity to determine how our country will be governed.
It is this constitutional duty through which we can make a difference in our nation's future.
And make India always a better place than it was yesterday.
I certainly plan to vote as long as I'm able to vote.
We are joining NDTV's Pledge to Vote initiative.
Let us make democracy stronger by going out and exercising our franchise. Jai Hind.
First gadget that we have for this week's episode is this. The all-new Xiaomi 14 Ultra. I mean, ये जो phone है, this is a flagship device from Xiaomi. Packs a lot. मतलब, if you talk about the in-hand feel, the device is really premium. The camera is made in collaboration with Leica. I mean, जो lenses हैं वो Leica ने बना के दिए हैं, and the entire hardware is really fantastic. The phone feels like a flagship phone. काफी interesting features हैं, things like the latest Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor. We have a nice Quad HD Plus display, 5000 mAh battery, and I mean everything packed in this nice looking package. Let's have a closer look कि आखिर क्या features हैं all together इस Xiaomi 14 Ultra में, and then I'm gonna tell you what do I think. मतलब इस फोन के बारे में मेरे क्या थॉट्स हैं, so that you can make an informed decision of buying or not buying this phone.
Forget ordinary. The Xiaomi 14 Ultra has arrived to redefine smartphone power. Its massive 6.73-inch display doesn't just boast eye-popping resolution, ये blaze through करता है with a 120 Hz refresh rate, making every swipe and scroll buttery smooth. And for those clumsy moments, rest assured the display's toughened protection can handle the occasional bump or drop. Under the hood, the Ultra pack करता है 16 GB of RAM, जो कई लैपटॉप्स के मुकाबले ज़्यादा है. और जब इसको बूस्ट की ज़रूरत हो, इसका 90 watt fast charging and wireless charging have your back, ready to get you back in the game in record time. कैमरास की बात करें तो
Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV. I'm Gargi Rawat. Let's take a look at the headlines we're tracking.